Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with the Ultimate Racing League. Yes, it's Thingy here for Thingamajig's Racing Channel, and we are live on a Saturday evening with the Ultimate Racing League with the UESS, the Ultimate Endurance Super Series. I think it's called, is it? It's League One, and it's round 2. We're at Flamans. Yes. If we're going to do endurance racing, 2 hours and 40-minute races, ladies and gentlemen, we have a double header, 2 weekends in a row. We have a Saturday night live race, and then I think they go off and do their series on a Saturday, and then in the next gap, which will be around June time, we'll be getting rounds 3 and 4. So you've got to keep track of this one. It's a year-long season. And this is round 2. Now, do not adjust your sets. I know last week you watched round 1 and you said they weren't the people. They weren't the people racing. Well, there is 2 leagues, and it was uneven. It was felt by the powers that be. So they've had a reshuffle of participants. And so in now League 1, we have this, well, I've got a table because they took the times, I think, and still worked out where they would have finished against each other if they raced each other. So, at the top, we have Bailey on 21 points. In second, we have Smith on 20 points. Then in third place, we have Osman on 18 points. Then in fourth, we have Freak on 17 points. In 5th place we have Skyjacker on 16 points. In 6th place we have Unforgiven on 15 points. In 7th place we have Stormfly on 12 points. 8th place we have Fitzy on 11 points. In 9th place we have Toten on 10 points. In 10th place, what the hell? The hosts ended the game. That's all right, we'll sort that out. In 10th place, Too Fast for Use is also on 10 points. 11th place, That's Life, is on no points. Scotty Mick in 12th is on no points, and Toby in 13th is on no points. They obviously could not make it. I see Dirkview is in the chat saying good evening. Oh, that's cool. I was just about to message you saying I'm going live. And Phaser giving us a wave. So they've had a change around. It's no big deal. If Red Bull can do it, we can do it. That's the way I see it. It's no big deal. Let's not get stressed about things.
My good friend, you not racing.
And yeah, so I'm looking into the messenger box to see if there's a reason that the lobby's finished. No, just abuse and bullying, mainly to stealth. Should I sing a song or something? We'll do an update. Update the list. Well, I'll tell you what I could do while I'm here is I could delete my cookies. We always enjoy doing that when we're live. Going in and deleting some cookies. They get in the way sometimes. Here we go. They've gone. Right. Now, it's going to be there. Super Saturday. League One. I think this is the way it is. And here we go. Dirk in the chat saying, hang on. Got to get my glasses on. Changing people around was correct decision. Fast drives in both lobbies is no fun for the others. Dirk, you said, would say it's on Osman's oil change. Oh, is that what he had to close down to go and change his oil? This does make sense. It makes a difference, ladies and gentlemen. They were having a chat in their little messengers, and someone took their car out with old oil, and they did say it was slower than fresher oil. So it is not a fallacy. It's not pretend. It's not make-believe. It's not a fairy tale. You've got to keep that oil fresh. Fresh as a prince from the Bel Air. Oh, look how slow the internet is. Come on. My good golly gosh. Oh dear, it timed out. It got bored. Is that an old one? He's got 9 in there now. I bet it's just because everyone was trying to shuffle in and I got budged out of the way. These racers, ladies, these pro sim racers, look at it. I got straight in that time. It's those pro sim racers. They just barge their way through. And no room for anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Right then. Oh, that's looking healthier with people, isn't it? It was looking a bit low on numbers, but now, whoa. So let's get out there. Let's have a look. What's going on? So Fitzy is the only main man out on track at the moment. And he's picked himself up a small penalty. Penalties might be the big story this evening, ladies and gents. We know what Le Mans can be like. Is he going round back? So there we go. Fitzy then is in a Toyota Supra, I'm going to guess. I don't know the cars, ladies and gents. This is going to be fun. Get me getting it wrong and you can laugh at me saying, you don't even know what a... Is that Toyota Supra as well? They all look like Toyota Supras to me so far. That doesn't. Wayne G looks like he's in a McLaren. I've been making a livery for one of them today. I tell you what, as pretty as a car it may well be, it's a pig to do liveries for because it's got bits and bobs waving around all over the place. It's no fun. It's no fun trying to get a nice livery on that bad boy. Not many flat edges to stick stickers to. So Fitzy then is in a Toyota. And let's remind ourselves of that table. Now we can see the players are in the room, in the boardroom, waiting to have a meeting for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yes, ladies and gents, it's going to be a blinder. You've got to hang around for this one. You've got to get yourself comfy. We're bedding in for the night. Qualifying should be imminent. I think they do 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Should be 15 minutes really around Le Mans because it's a long track. So yeah, qualifying will be imminent. And we'll remind ourselves, Bailey is on the top of the pile on 21 points. Agent Smith is in the pits at the moment, having a think about it in second. And we haven't seen him yet. He was in the other lobby. We don't know what he drives. It's going to be fun. So, Bailey in... was he in a Porsche last week? I thought he was in Rothman's Porsche. Or was that? I don't know. It's a long time, a week, isn't it, ladies and gents? A lot can happen. So we've got Method. Right. So I reckon Method's got a different name to what he's got in the table. He's got a different... Hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry your pretty little heads. I've got a fix for that. I can easily find out. Can I? Display driver names. No, it's not that. Display as nicknames. Display as online name. He's Freak. There we go. So Method is Freak. Freak is Method. There you go. Dergview got there as well. And Agent Smith is out on track now. So Method, he's in a Porsche. It's always good to see a Porsche. Man, that is pretty, isn't it? My word. Let me linger. Let me linger a small while with Method, because that Porsche is pretty, yes. Oh, yeah. That's going well. Smith in on... Is that... Yeah, no, it's a livery for sure. I thought it hadn't loaded in for a second, and then I saw the little sheep at the back. Is that because you've always got a Welshman chasing you? Is that some sort of... maybe not. Maybe I'm reading too much into his livery. Stormfly is in a lovely looking, well, I was going to say a Marlboro McLaren, but it's just the colours. I can't see Marlboro actually on it, so that's stunning. Still think it's a pig to put a livery on, though, ladies and gents. As a prettier car as it is, I can appreciate now when I see them the pain in the ass someone's had of trying to get a livery on that. Oh yeah, Stormfly, you have turned up, ladies and gents. He has shown up. Dergview, Jabba Osman, the Welshie. I thought so. I thought it may be. So Awani is into the pits. He's had a little shakedown, and Method. Also, it looks like we are preparing for a qualifier, ladies and gents. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. 10 positions up for grabs, ladies and gents, and they all want number 1. Bailey leading this championship so far. And here we go. Wayne G, we're on board with... I wonder if we can stay on board for just the outlap, maybe. Not that one, not that one. Not that one. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Here we go. So we're on board with Osman. We were going to do it with Wayne, but... And yeah, it's down here. I think this is one they've got to watch out. This is a real penalty. They've got to try and cut that corner as tight as they possibly can, and the penalties. And if they don't cut that corner tight, you find you get thrown out at the outer of the corner, and then you get a penalty for going out there. So it's do or die. Do you get a penalty for cutting too tight on the inside, or do you get a penalty for giving it a wide berth and then coming out wide? It's a struggle for your drivers around Le Mans. This is the first chicane down the straight. You get your braking right, it's not really that much hassle. If everything's under control, it's not a killer one. I think that one's an easier of the two. And then flooring it again, and you're going to be towing someone along. This is the problem for the leader here. He looks like, if we get out, oh yeah, it's Osman that's in the Porsche. That was the Porsche I was thinking of. I thought that was Bailey. So yeah, it looks like there's a big distance there between Osman. I don't know though, he might be giving someone a little tow there, but I think Fitzy will be picking up a huge tow. So yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of cars out there who will be gaining from a towage. So Osman not getting that benefit. Although this is just the outlap, let's not get ourselves too stressed. They might space out a little bit, but I have a sneaky suspicion they're trying to stay within tow range of each other. And it might get ridiculous. They might all start slowing down because they don't want to be the lead car. We might get one of those scenarios where it's like, come on, settle down. I think Osman already is thinking about letting Bailey through. He's definitely not going at ultimate speed, is he now, ladies and gentlemen? So they're all sticking together, though. Now, in the rules, I believe in their Sunday League rules, there is no bump drafting. So I would assume that would move over to most of their championships. So I assume there is no bump drafting allowed. But it looks like, yes, Osman's let Bailey through, and Bailey's like, sod you, I don't need your tow, I'm fast enough without it. Well, we will see, won't we? Osman says. And Fitzy then in the mix with the Toyota. Smith in a Toyota. We've got Stormfly in a McLaren. Toten in a Ferrari. Nice. I'm on board. Yeah. Wayne is in the McLaren with Method in the Porsche. Unforgiven is in a BMW. Brave. And that looks like a Lamborghini for Eric of Canada with a Spanish flag. So Bailey then going through his last preps, ready for his fast flying lap. We'll stick with him on his flying lap, and then we'll get a look around for the rest of qualifying. Already 4 minutes gone, and we've only just started the qualifying. It's going to be a short... They're not going to have many laps, ladies and gentlemen, to get pole done. So Bailey absolutely nailing it in the first part, looking very tidy. Fitzy. Smith, Osman's dropped himself right down to fourth there. He really didn't want to be in the crowds. And Bailey already leaps and bounds, pulling away from Fitzy there. And Smith sitting behind Fitzy, still with a toe. Osman might be a little too far back from Smith. And Stormfly settled just behind those guys at the moment, though. Bailey is setting the pace. It's looking very good for our double Sunday League champion. Feeler looking beautiful. He's meant to be having a rest, is Bailey, before the next Sunday championship start, but here he is, moonlighting on a Saturday for 2.5 hours, 40 minutes actually. 2 hours, 40-minute races, and I think we went longer than that last week. So 2 hours and 40 minutes is a loose term. It's endurance. It takes as long as it takes to get the race done. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the way it is. So Bailey at the moment just flooring that Supra, going all the way, all in on this first lap. I think you can't risk it. I mean, you've just got to... It is nice to get a banker lap in, but the field being as tight as it is, and qualifying being maybe as short, maybe they'll get 2 laps at best. I think you've got to go for it, haven't you? You really got to go hell for leather on your first lap. And as well, the tyres, we've got to see how they do. But they seem to be good. They seem to be good. They've done an outlook lap. They've got halfway round the flying lap. And Bailey, he's holding ground. Fitzy isn't dropping back from Bailey. And Smith might be uncomfortably close to Fitzy. If Fitzy makes a small mistake, then Smith is going to be affected by that also. Osman, oh no, has picked up a ½ second penalty on his flying lap. Stormfly just ahead of Osman. No, that doesn't make sense. That looks like Stormfly above Osman. There it is. They've made a mistake there, haven't they not? How is Stormfly saying? That's Stormfly. They're saying he's sitting in 5th. I know it's just times, isn't it, I suppose, but it's just he's not actually sitting in 5th. Osman is. But Osman's picked up a penalty anyway, nonetheless, and he is very close behind Stormfly. It's an uncomfortable qualifying when you qualify that close. I know the toe is king, but still, it's uncomfortable. If the person in front of you makes a mistake, then it messes your lap up as well. Toten, I don't think he's getting a benefit of any toe there. He's out on his own, as is Wayne G. Method and Unforgiven, I don't think they'll be getting affected too much by anything. And Eric of Canada also flying around. But it's Bailey who's going to cross the line first, so that'll be the indicator of what time they're aiming for. Fitzy, I tell you, I think he might have closed back up in on Bailey. You know, Bailey might not have pole secured here, especially with so many cars behind him getting a slight tow from the car ahead. Bailey may struggle in qualifying, and we're up to 8 minutes, so I think maybe 1 other lap, maybe 2 at best. So Bailey then crosses the line, but Fitzy does go faster, ladies and gentlemen, by 0.02 of a second. Stormfly goes 3rd fastest, with Toten putting it into 4th. No, I tell a lie. Wayne G now up into 3rd, with Stormfly in 4th, Toten in 5th. Then we've got Unforgiven in 6th, Osman in 7th. That penalty really causing him to fall back a little bit there. Method has qualified 8th, with Smith, with a ½ second penalty. He could do without that. He hasn't done a lap yet though. Did he come out of the pits later? Unless they took his lap away from him. 4 minutes. They must have taken his lap away from him in that last lap. Yes, they must have got a penalty but didn't cross the line. Crossed the penalty line, so he had a lap taken away. And it looks like Eric of Canada has got huge damage there, but he's on an out lap, so it's not too bad. So Fitzy is our pole sitter at the moment. And Bailey trying to get a little bit faster to jump ahead. Wayne G. And he was one of those cars we saw that was driving on his own and didn't need a tow. Stormfly. He may have been held up a little bit by Osman there. He must have had to get past Osman as he was going around. Toten sitting in 5th. Good stuff. Unforgiven in the BMW. 6th so far. But there's room to improve there for Unforgiven. Fitzy then again with purples. Fitzy on a rage, on a big push. Bailey. And there you go, it is only one other lap. So poor old, I don't know how that's going to affect Agent Smith. He's going to be starting quite far back. He's got up to a 2nd now. So he's going to be starting further back on the grids. But we know he's got the pace of the leaders. He did a 4 minutes point 9 and the pole time is a 4 minutes point 7. So only 2/10 off of that pole time. And again, more penalties for Smith. He's not going to be happy. Method at the moment sitting in 8th place, and Fitzy going for that pole. Bailey would like it as well, but Fitzy is definitely going to be getting a benefit out of Bailey's toe, I'm sure. Waney has picked up half a second penalty, so he's probably not going to go faster this lap. And Stormfly, he could be a surprise here. He's getting purples. Stormfly is going for pole, but he's catching up Agent Smith rather quickly. But Agent Smith's coming over here to pay his penalty, and Stormfly grabbing whatever toe that he can from him. So yeah, it looks like Smith, as long as he doesn't get any more penalties, he can get a lap done. But what sort of lap, I'm not sure. Stormfly absolutely flying at the moment. He wants that pole position. Fitzy we saw getting purples also. 2/10 up on his own time. 2.5 up on pole as well. It's going to be tight for pole, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not count out Bailey, but I just don't think without a toe, Bailey is struggling to get those AA grade lap times like Fitzy. And Stormfly, I don't think, is getting a toe as such. Well, he got a little one off Smith, didn't he? Oh, this can't be helping Fitzy, though. It looked like he had to slow down for Bailey. Bailey comes up to the line then and crosses it. He goes pole, but Fitzy outdoes him almost straight away. And then Stormfly goes pole as well. My good golly, gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Toten betters his time and goes 4th fastest ahead of Waney G, who's still yet to cross the line. Let's not count him out. Unforgiven has crossed the line. He's 6th fastest. Only 300ths off of Waney G, as Waney G fights the car towards the line, but he does not go any faster. Can Osman? No, Osman has done. He's in 7th. So we'll have a quick look at those results. So Stormfly right there at the end there smashes it into pole position and puts Fitzy down to 2nd. Bailey in 3rd with Toten in 4th, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, they're all within a 2nd of each other. Then we have Waney G in 5th, just a 2nd behind, with Unforgiven also very close to Waney G in the BMW in 6th. Osman sitting in 7th, but we saw he was hampered with penalties as such during qualifying. And Method starting in 8th, with Eric of Canada in 9th, and Smith didn't manage to get a lap in, unfortunately, and nor did Eric of Canada. So we don't know what to expect from those two guns. What they're bringing, well, we do. We know that Agent Smith can do a very competitive time. He was only 2/10 off of that pole. He would have definitely been top 3 in the mix, but the penalties might cost him during this race. Now they'll be changing their tyres. I think they can use. I think they've got to use all 3 compounds, but they've got to use it for a minimum of 2 laps. But I think they used all the compounds for a fair few laps in the last race. So I don't think the minimum 2 lap is a thing to be concerned about. So yeah, we saw. Yeah, he would have been 4th then. Would have Agent Smith's time. Would have been good for 4th place. But he picked up the penalties. He get the lap disqualified. And that's him starting in 10th place. Big job, but a long time to do it. We've got a Huge race. It's 40 laps of Le Mans, ladies and gentlemen. So he's got a big, long job ahead. And this is going to be, I think, strategical. I think fuel's going to be an issue, especially with those long straights. I think the tow it's going to be an interesting race, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be they've got to look after their cars. This is the thing with endurance. It's not always wheel-to-wheel action. It's about being clever. It's about having a big brain and running your race as perfectly as you possibly can. So they're on the grid. The lights are starting to get up. And we are excited now. 40 laps of Le Mans, ladies and gentlemen. It's go here, and it's Stormfly on a fly already. He's done it. Toten's had a jump. Toten totally jumped up in second. Toten has launched that car into the stratosphere, ladies and gentlemen. He's now leading this race. Unbelievable stuff. He's on the medium tyre, and what a start. Fitzy then has swamped Stormfly, and Stormfly has slipped down to third. Stormfly is on the soft tyre, as is Fitzy, but Toten, my good golly gosh, that Ferrari can get off a line, can't it, ladies and gentlemen? Wayne G then in fourth place. Bailey slipping down into fifth. He's on the medium tyres. Wayne's on the soft. Then we've got Unforgiven on the hards, ladies and gentlemen. In sixth place, Smith has already launched up to seventh place. And he's on the soft tyres, with Osman slipping down to 8th. He's on the medium tyres. 9th, the Method on the hard tyres. And Eric of Canada is on the soft tyres. This is exciting. And there we go, Fitzy catching up the Ferrari now and then overtaking it. Now Fitzy leads this race. But it might be part of the plan, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, they've got to watch their fuel, they've got to watch their tyres. It's a long race. Oh, I thought Fitzy was cutting that corner, but it looked like a little lag and it pulled him back in place again. But they're very close at the moment on this first lap. Wayne G there in fourth, with Bailey closing in. Bailey on the medium tyres. Softs for Wayne, softs for Stormfly, mediums for Toten, and Fitzy on the softs. But that Ferrari, the launch in that Ferrari is something else, isn't it? But he's being swamped now. It looks like it just doesn't hold up down the straights as Stormfly now all over the back of the Ferrari, and the Ferrari is looking like the grip is not there for Toten. Toten just not getting what he wants out of the car, and he's picked up a penalty. That makes it even worse. So the soft tyres are really acting well for these drivers early doors in the chicane, and the medium drivers struggling to get those cars planted. Fitzy leads from Stormfly, then Toten in third, but Toten's got a penalty, and Wayne G is having a sniff around the rear derriere of that Ferrari as Bailey sits and watches, waits. He knows how endurance racing is and what to do. Smith absolutely cracking. He's up another position now, up into sixth place. Osman seventh. It's Unforgiven that's slipping down with those hard tyres, and Method also on the hard tyres is closing in, but Unforgiven isn't too far behind Osman. And again, oh, there's a lot of movement up at the front here. It looks like Toten coming back at Stormfly, and Bailey has got himself ahead of Wayne G, I am sure. And Osman ahead of Unforgiven. Method has gone ahead of Smith. Smith must have had a small accident as Method finds his way ahead of Smith. And again, more action up here as Toten being manoeuvred. Oh, it's a three-way take, ladies and gents. Wayne G getting a double tow from Bailey, and they both slip by the Ferrari of Toten. But again, you don't know what's going on with fuel mappages and such what. Toten may be looking after the Ferrari. He may be playing the long game here. Bailey knows he doesn't want to let Fitzy and Stormfly too far out of his sights, but he is on the medium tyres. Fitzy already delving into those softs, as is Stormfly. Bailey playing catch up, and Wayne G chasing him through, it seems. Toten on fifth place now, after shooting up from about fourth, I think, to grab the lead of the race. but he's on the medium tyres, and the cars ahead of him, apart from Bailey, are all on the soft tyres. Osman also on those medium tyres, but he is keeping track. He is keeping track of Toten. Toten, though, getting a lovely tow from Waney there, and staying with the McLaren through the first corners. And yeah, Osman closing in at a rapid speed. Unforgiven slipping back, and he's picked up a penalty. Smith will like that, who has got back past Method. And Eric of Canada in the Lambo, seeming to be struggling with the car at the moment. Fitzy leads from Stormfly, and Bailey in third. Waney G is threatening the Bales. And Osman on the move, but he's picked up a half a second penalty, but he really is closing in on Toten at the moment. And on board with Osman, he's 3 seconds ahead of Unforgiven. Unforgiven on those hard tyres, getting them out of the way early doors. As Osman with a lovely tow from Toten on the Ferrari, but couldn't quite get ahead of him. Now, does that say something about fuel usage there? Is he being, well, I don't know, he's already got through a quarter of a tank, so he is I was going to say he is short shifting, but he could shift a little shorter than that, I imagine. Little lift there, so Osman not looking to make the overtake. Yeah, Osman tucked in behind Toten there, and you can see Waney's tyres are going. Waney's tyres may have gone. He's had a big slip. He's had a big slip there, ladies and gentlemen. Waney having a bit of a moment. So Waney, he was coming into the chicane. Everything's looking, oh, he just went a little wide, and I don't know, maybe just tried to oversteer the car back to the track and got a little overdrive there, and lost positions to Toten and Osman. It's nothing really, absolutely nothing in that. And Waney G losing 2 positions from very little. Fitzy leads from Stormfly, 9/10 in it. Stormfly is aiming for his target. Bailey, winner from round 1. Sitting in third at the moment. Is he playing the long game? Let's have a look at those fuels, shall we? Fitzy, he's somewhere between half and a third of fuel. 3/4 of let me do percentages. I'm going to say that is 57%. He's probably got about 57% fuel on board. You've got to say it's 60% for Stormfly there. Bailey around 60% as well. Toten, he's around 57%. Waney just over 60%, I think. Osman around 60% as well. Smith, he's on around 55, 57%. Unforgiven, similar as well. Oh, Osman's had a big slip. Osman's had a huge slip there, ladies and gentlemen. He has dropped it like it is bloody hot. And let's see if we can catch the action. So he was going up to the back of Wowzers. I don't know if he just got caught out by Waney G's braking there, but the Porsche did give up on the grip of the road. Ooh, it's a good job he was ghosted. So Osman, unfortunately, having a bad moment in one of those corners. That slipped him down into 9th place. 2.5 seconds behind Method. Don't forget, Unforgiven and Method are on the hard tyre, the slower tyre. They're getting that out of the way early doors, and Osman now behind them, but ahead of Eric of Canada by 10 seconds. Fitzy leads the race. He's getting through the tyres. He's nearly 50% fuel. Stormfly just 55% fuel. Still nothing in it, though. It's not like it's a lap. So tyres, Fitzy's getting through his tyres a little quicker than Stormfly. Stormfly slightly looking after his car a little better than Fitzy. He's starting to close in on Fitzy now. He's getting a tow, and he might be thinking this is the time to take the lead. 3-4 seconds behind them is Bailey. He's looking after those medium tyres though, but the fuel still getting down to that 50% mark, as is Toten back in fourth ahead of Wayne G, who had a small slip. Smith up to sixth, ladies and gentlemen. Unforgiven in seventh, with Method in eighth, but now Osman has caught up Method on those. He's on medium tyres, but Method on the hard tyres has found that the Porsche has gained. Although if Osman is trying to play that longer game with saving fuel, he needs someone to tow him along, and these hard-tired drivers are not the guys to do that for him. He'll just slow him down too much. Eric of Canada at the moment doing okay with his tyres. Half a tank of fuel. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad tyres. He's looking after those tyres beautifully. Fitzy still ahead, but Stormfly now from 7 tenths behind to 4 tenths behind. He is definitely turning up the wick. He is definitely putting on the pressure, applying pressure evenly. And Dirk saying this is going to be a very good race. First time Bailey has raced Stormfly. Ooh, we're seeing a first, ladies and gentlemen. But Bailey, I think, is being a clever little pro racer. Little pro sim racer, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting there in third place. He is conserving and saving, but keeping the pace going. Toten dragging Waney along. That's lovely for Waney, and just what he needs. Smith has done a blinding job from virtually the back of the grid. He's up to sixth. He did have a little slip at one point. Unforgiven on the hard tyres, getting them out the way early. And Osman can't help his little self. He's a bad boy. Keeps picking up penalties, and Method staying with the Osman at the moment, who's going to have to pay a penalty at some point. I can't remember where it is. He'll be in the worst possible place to have a penalty. Stormfly then even closer, ladies and gentlemen. He is giving us a very good treat. Is it Dutch, that flag? The Dutchman is flying, should we say. Well, what would you call a flying Dutchman? On board with Stormfly. He seems to have dropped back a little bit now from Fitzy, but you don't know if he's starting to... Again, it's cagey. Endurance racing is a very tricky thing, because you could make many calls, but drivers might be doing something totally different from what you're thinking. And at the moment, Stormfly, he seems to have the time. He's got the fastest lap with a 4 minutes .708. So... yeah, at the moment he could just be keeping track of Fitzy, but the problem is that there's no way of telling that Bailey is on a run behind 3 seconds. He's on the medium tyre. Bailey's still got to use the soft tyre, and who knows who's having a better run at the moment. Is it Fitzy and Stormfly with the soft tyres? They're not exactly ripping it away from Bailey, are they? Bailey holding on to that 3 second gap on a set of medium tyres, and if Bailey can pull a bit more out of the soft tyre, then Fitzy and Stormfly might be in trouble. It's extraordinary. It is really interesting how it's going to pan out. Fitzy at the moment, though, absolutely flying. Take nothing away. He's had to lead this. He's had no help from a tow or anyone in front of him, so he's done an absolutely fabulous job. Stormfly just sticking to the back of him. He seems to be screaming out those gears, so I don't know if he's doing too much fuel saving in that McLaren. And I thought the McLaren, well, the Group 4 McLaren, you meant to short shift it, aren't you, a bit? I didn't know if it was the same for the Group 3 McLaren. So, Stormfly, I think he's comfortable. I think he's comfortable where he is at the moment. Fitzy's tyres going away. Well, I'd say way more, but the McLaren is using its rear tyres a lot more than the Supra. So Fitzy, his tyres aren't that bad. The fuel is, it's not a lap's worth between the two of them, so it is a pit stop if they can keep some of that fuel on board. And there's Bailey holding on to that 3-second gap. And yeah, his tyres are perfect, but the fuel slipping. The fuel's going to be gone before the tyres are in Bailey's car. Toten, ooh, little squirrely from the Ferrari there, and Waney staying in the action, but he has picked up half a second penalty, and his tyres are going the wrong way. Smith, his tyres not as bad as Waney's. I think Smith might be able to catch Waney up here. Waney, he's got to pay that penalty. It looks like his tyres are in a pretty rough state. Worse than Smith's. So Smith, he could close in on the McLaren here. And Toten, on those medium tyres, remember, he's done an absolutely fabulous job in 4th place on the medium tyres. Waney and Smith both on the softs. And Unforgiven still running around on the hard tyres. They're not messing about, doing a few laps and going. And Method and Osman having their own little battle here. Osman picking up more penalties. Osman having an absolute dire race. He was glorious round 1. He finished in 2nd place, if I remember. Well, not in the table, but in the race we saw. But yeah, he had a glorious race chasing Bailey. But at the moment, Le Mans not treating him very well. And Eric of Canada, a bit of damage there. And the Lambo not being too polite to its rear left tyre. So he's having woes. Oh, into the pits then for Fitzy and Stormfly. They both decide to pit at the same time. Bailey continues on. And why would he pit? He's got loads of fuel. And his tyres are in a beautiful state. Toten then, is he going to make the same call? He continues on as well. Interesting, lap 5. Is that it for the soft tyre? 5 laps is all you can hope for. Smith continues on. He feels that the tyre has still got life in it yet. And obviously Unforgiven continues with those hard tyres on. Derg in the chat saying Osman must have had some fun during the day. Oh, do you think he might be a little tipsy? To 1, to the 2, to the 3. Everybody in the bar getting something. In the bar getting tipsy. So Bailey then. Oh, Dirk saying possibly. The man likes to party, and Saturday is a good excuse for that. So Bailey is leading this race. He has not pitted. Toten is in 2nd, has not pitted on the medium tyres. Smith is on the soft tyres, but has made them last a good length of time. He's in 3rd. Unforgiven on the hard tyres in 4th. Method is in 5th, with Osman in 6th place. Then we have Stormfly has beat Fitzy out of the pits, and that, ladies and gents, is probably because he had a bit more fuel on board than Fitzy. So the saving fuel was worth it for him, as he had a shorter time in the pits. He's put the medium tyres on, where Fitzy has opted to go for the hard tyre. This is where things get complicated. This is where we have to keep track of what's going on. So Fitzy onto the hard tyre, Stormfly onto also, and Eric of Canada has gone in maybe to repair the damage and put a fresh set of tyres on and new fuel. Bailey then, he's got no other laps though. He's going to be forced in by that fuel tank, isn't he, ladies and gents? There's nothing more he can do. It started flashing. Toten, there's just not enough. There's not enough to get those mediums to go even further. Smith, he's looking after that set of softs. I tell you what, Smith's one to watch in this race, ladies and gents. He is looking after that Supra superbly. He's got the tyres, he's got the fuel. Then, yeah, we've got Unforgiven. He's going to have to come in for fuel. Method's doing okay. Well, he's not got another lap of fuel in that car. None of them have. So that's it. The fuel tanks just can't take Can he take it, Captain? So Stormfly picking up a penalty. Fitzy will like that, but Fitzy on the hard tyres. He's not. This isn't the stint he's going to do battle with Fitzy. But it will keep him in that area of the tow. I mean, I've always been told it's 0.8 of a second. You have to be within the car in front to really enjoy the tow. So I don't think Fitzy's even getting any kind of tow from Stormfly. I'd be surprised if he is. But Stormfly having to pay that penalty. It's not a time when he wants to on those medium tyres. He is having to make up Bailey time, because Bailey has had a very strong stint on the medium tyre, and that is what Stormfly has got to reproduce. As good as a stint that Bailey just did. Toten as well, a very good stint on the medium tyres. He's 8 seconds behind Bailey, but his race is really Smith. Smith is a big one for Toten. He's got to worry about Smith. And well, it was Osman he was racing, but Osman's had a bit of a penalty and a slip back. So Bailey comes into the pits. Toten also, he was in 4th, wasn't he? So, but Smith is a huge threat now to Toten, I believe. Toten is going to either go to the hards or the softs, as will Bailey. Smith, it's hard, mediums or hards for the Smith. Unforgiven's coming in off of those hard tyres, as is Method, and Osman also bringing that portion with the mediums. So Stormfly, is he going to jump up into the lead? He possibly is, you know. And Fitzy there in just behind him, 0.8. So the penalty has put Stormfly back into a position where Fitzy can get a tow from him. Beautiful stuff. And Bailey is filling up at the moment as we speak. The tyres have been changed. And Stormfly, then Fitzy, both move up to 1st and 2nd. Bailey was 3 seconds behind him, remember, when they pitted. He's coming out of the pits on a set of... He's gone for a second set of medium tyres, ladies and gents. He ain't playing. He ain't playing with the rules. He's saving these other tyres till later in the race. He knows they're going to have to make more stops than just for the 3 compounds, and he has gone for a second. He's going for consistency. So Fitzy on those hard tyres, but Fitzy staying with Stormfly amazingly well, and this is where he wants to stay with him, down here, so he can get a good tow through Mulsanne Strait. And 7/10 is the sweet spot. So Fitzy getting an extra boost on those hard tyres, and that's going to make Bailey's life 3 seconds. That's not bad, is it? That's perfect. So I imagine Bailey had wished it was a bit slower, but medium tyres and hard tyres. Fitzy's had an extraordinary outlap and this lap on those hard tyres, hasn't he? Really has done an amazing job. Bailey in 3rd with Toten. 10 seconds behind Bailey, but ahead of Smith by 2. Smith picked up a small penalty, and Waney is only 1.5 seconds behind him in the McLaren. So Smith could be in trouble, but Smith jumping Waney in that set of pit stops. Great job. Waney on the hard tyre. Smith's gone to the medium tyre. Toten has gone to the medium tyre. He was on the soft tyre. Unforgiven now going to the soft tyre. He's 6.5 seconds behind Waney. With Waney on the hard tyre, he should get that back by the time they make the next round of pit stops. Osman has gone for the soft tyre. He's got himself past Method, who's gone for a set of mediums. He's gone from hards to mediums. Osman's gone from mediums to softs. And Method getting a lovely tow from the fellow Porsche. He's going for the overtake. He's going for the overtake on Osman, ladies and gentlemen, side by side, and Osman says, you go through, I'll get a little tow from you, and we can keep swapping places. So Osman comes out of the corner with a tow, and again comes by Method, and these two can just keep on going and have their own little Porsche overtaking show. Fun times. Fun times. So Method then tucks back in, and now it's his turn to get a tow. Although Osman on those soft tyres. They should be just nicely warmed up now. He probably will start slowly pulling away from Method in each corner. Method might catch up by the corner with the toe, but yeah, you would expect Osman, he's already starting to pull away quite comfortably. His tyres must be in an optimum state. Method then chasing down Osman, and Eric of Canada, he's gone to the medium tyres and he's going for another bash around Flamans as Stormfly still leads from Fitzy. He's broken the toe, and Bailey 2 seconds behind Fitzy. Fitzy could be in trouble now. He doesn't have the toe of Stormfly. Stormfly stretching his legs and getting himself out there, with Fitzy slowly crawling back to the Bailey. Toten 11.7 seconds behind that podium battle, and Smith slipping back somewhat after having that penalty. Toten on the mediums, Smith on the mediums, and Wayne G closing in on those hard tyres. Wayne G though picking up a penalty, not what he needs. Unforgiven, wasn't he 6 seconds behind those guys? And I said he'd only just catch them up by the next round of pit stops. Scrub that. He's coming in, and he's coming in hard. He hasn't even finished his outlap yet, and he's closing in fast on Wayne G. Wayne G is in trouble, and could be Agent Smith as well. The Unforgiven is coming. The BMW has got something to say yet in this race. Osman's 8 seconds behind Unforgiven in the Porsche. His race hasn't really got started yet. He was up there and fighting, but some penalties has put him way back, and a big spin as well, wasn't there? Method then in 9th place. Started on the hards, has gone to the mediums. We haven't seen what pace he's got yet on those soft tyres, and he's given Osman a run for his money, and we know Osman no slouch. Eric of Canada out there in the Lambo, he lost a lot of time very early in the race, so his race has really been with the clock and himself, and just fighting, just a test session really. It's a long season, so. And Stormfly, Fitzy again closing in. So Fitzy is going to be bringing Bailey along for the schnizzle and the nizzle, and that is not what Stormfly needs right now. Stormfly could do with less with that headache. I mean, I imagine he would prefer to lead rather than be behind, but still he is giving everyone a tow. And Bailey is closing in. Although Bailey yet to use the hard tyre. Fitzy using them now. Fuel is down halfway. We're saying about 5 laps. The fuel's lasting. Jesus, that's a lot of pit stops, isn't it? So Bailey then 1 second behind Fitzy. And Bailey will be picking up a tow soon. Top 3 breaking away now from Toten, who's being caught by Smith, although Smith got a penalty last time around. It dropped him back a little bit. Wayne was a lot closer to Smith. He's dropping back. He was 1.5 seconds behind Smith, and for some reason he's dropped back even further, unless he's picked up another penalty. Unforgiven is now 1.4 seconds behind Wayne G. Wayne G on those hard tyres, and he is struggling with them. In the BMW now with Unforgiven. Let us just chillax for a short while whilst we're sat with Unforgiven as he makes his way towards Wayne G. Method is again ahead of Osman. Poor Osman. He's having an absolutely diabolical race. Good for Method though, giving him something to do. So Unforgiven then pushing on. He's on those soft tyres. This is his fast stint before he goes to the mediums. He's used the hards, so softs can't quite make the distance with the fuel. The mediums seems to be the optimum race tyre today. Maybe not the fastest race tyre, but it makes the length. Wayne G, yeah, he had that half-second penalty, didn't he? So easy job for Unforgiven. Now Wayne G, he might get a little tow for a short while. But on those soft tyres, you would expect Unforgiven, as soon as we get a few corners, to pull away from Wayne G. So Wayne G, 7th. Method, he's on the medium tyres, doing a great job. Osman on those soft tyres, slipping behind Method again. It's a struggle for him as Eric of Canada slips further back from the pack. Stormfly is still within a second to Fitzy, and Fitzy now only half a second ahead of the Bales. Bailey on a rampage. The man is a machine, ladies and gentlemen, and he is coming through. Here we go. Through the first few corners. Up and over the hill. See Stormfly, who's also on those medium tyres. Fitzy on the hard tyres, and again I still think Fitzy's pace on these hard tyres has been unbelievable. He has to hold on to that second place for as long as he has so far into this stint has been remarkable. So Fitzy, this is the end though for his second place for now. Don't forget Bailey, although we saw last week Bailey's strategy was kill the race early doors and save the hard tyre for the very end of the race. So Bailey then is having to work for it this week though, only just getting past Fitzy, but Fitzy has got the hard tyre out of the way, with Bailey still to use softs and hard tyres. Stormfly has used the softs and the mediums, is yet to use the hard tyre. Toten, he's slipping back from the top 3 every time we come to him. Smith ever closer, 2 seconds now. Smith on a push. Unforgiven, it's 5.5 seconds. Oh, Bailey's gone ahead. Bailey's gone ahead. I don't know what happened there, but Bailey's gone ahead of Stormfly. And I don't want to press the replay button too soon in case there's more action. But yeah, Bailey, I didn't think he was even close enough to make the move on Stormfly, but he has. Stormfly's in his toe. Is he going to come back, or is he just going to use him for a bit of fuel saving? So yeah, well, let's have a quick look then. Let's see. Let's see if it was a mistake or what. He's leading there. And Bailey just in the toe. We're coming into a braking zone. And Bailey just brakes underneath him and pulls a lovely move off. It's just a nice, well-executed overtake, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, Stormfly didn't even defend from it. I don't know if he was expecting it or he didn't mind it happening. But Bailey is now leading this race. Stormfly, he might be... Oh, Bailey's got loads of fuel. Oh yeah, he pitted a lot later than these guys, didn't he? Oh, well, a lot later, a lap later. But he's got half a tank of fuel on board, with Stormfly and Toten down to a quarter of a tank. Stormfly still, it blows me away how close he is to these guys after his hard run. Although Unforgiven didn't drop back too far. I really think those hard tyres are pointless and worthless, but they're working in this race. It's not, but I suppose it is a lot of long straights and not so many corners. So Smith then closing in on Toten every lap. The Ferrari under threat from the soft... Oh no, he's on medium tyres, sorry. It's Unforgiven that's on the soft tyres, but he just can't seem to catch Smith and Toten. Toten a 4:05.0 last time around, 4:03.8 for Smith. Unforgiven doing a 4:03.9. But his tyres are half abused, so I don't know how much more he's got left in those. Fitzy going in. Fitzy going in. He's done the minimum. He's done the minimum, ladies and gents, on the hard tyre. He probably could have got another lap out of them, but he's decided to come in. He's done away with them. And Bailey and Stormfly slipping back from Bailey somewhat. Bailey going to the another level. Fitzy makes that pit stop, with Toten and Smith making their way going by. And Unforgiven also getting by Fitzy as well. Bold move by Fitzy. deciding to save the fuel he's got and go for a early tyre change. Osman and Method also coming up towards Fitzy, and this is a brave move from the Supra team. It has to be said, the Toyota team making a bold move there with an early stop. You would think they'd want the cars to go as far and late into this race as they possibly could. He had a quarter of a tank of fuel on board. He's back out now in 9th on a set of medium tyres. So he's used all 3 compounds, I believe, because didn't he start on the mediums? No, he started on the softs. It was Totem started on the mediums, sorry. So, yeah, he's used all 3 compounds. Maybe he's just an impatient man and wants to get all 3 compounds out of the way. But, yeah, interesting move then. Interesting move, ladies and gentlemen. Bailey's still got a long way to go. Stormfly probably has to make a decision at the end of this lap whether or not he should make a pit stop. It is looking very tight with his fuel. The tyres are fine. Bailey's still got a lap or 2 fuel on board, as has Toten, doing a great job there with the pressure of Smith up behind him. Smith closing in. Smith on the medium tyres, Toten on the medium tyres. But Smith has got a real fire in his belly. His qualifying didn't go as well as he wanted to. He was at the back of the pack, and now he has a hard job to do, and he's up to 4th already. But that's just because Fitzy's pitted, and we've got to see how that washes out, where Fitzy's going to end up slotting in. Can Toten and Smith jump Fitzy? They're quite far back though, if I remember rightly. They're about 11-12 seconds behind those guys. But Smith then closing in ever tighter to the Ferrari, and it's feeling like there's a rumbling of a move coming up is soon between these two. And Smith then in the Supra, looking at the Ferrari now to make the move, and he's through. Lovely stuff there from Smith. Absolutely clean, calm and collected, and Smith takes the position from the Ferrari, and they've both got loads of fuel to keep on going. Stormfly then, there isn't much decision making, is there? He's going to have to come in at the end of this lap. Bailey will continue on, and then we'll see whether if Fitzy made the right move, making that earlier stop. Osman picking up a penalty. His tyres are nearly done, and he's still behind Method. Method has absolutely owned Osman in this stint. And Wayne G in 6th place, all alone. Those hard tyres have not been fun for him, but he can make a pit stop pretty soon and get rid of them. Unforgiven, still a quarter of a tank of fuel, another lap in that car, but can his tyres take that pressure? Toten staying with Smith as Stormfly does disappear into the pits. Bailey continues on, and Smith has got more fuel, and Toten has as well. These two will be continuing on. They'll move ahead of Stormfly, so Smith then moves up and into 2nd place as Toten clings onto the rear derriere of the Toyota, and Unforgiven as well does continue on. He's going to take a chance with those tyres, even though he could spin it out and end up looking the wrong way. But he has taken the... Ooh, Stormfly might be out. No, Stormfly isn't out yet. Wayne G goes in. He needed the fuel, and those hard tyres have to be gone. Method continuing on. These guys pitted a lap later than those guys. Osman struggling with tyres at the moment, and that's Method up and into 5th place. Osman in 6th. And Stormfly still hasn't come out. My good golly gosh. Where's Fitzy? Fitzy's not jumped Stormfly, surely. Wow, what is the shenanigans? And there is Stormfly coming out of the pits as Wayne pulls up to his pit box. And yeah, Fitzy, that early stop really has propelled him quite amazingly high above Stormfly. Stormfly's gone for another set of medium tyres, and Fitzy's on the medium tyres as well. But yeah, I don't know, Stormfly's pit stop seemed I mean, I know Fitzy's pit stop would have been a lot shorter because of the fuel, and he is a quarter of a tank lighter than Stormfly right now. But Fitzy has pulled off a blinding move, but has he wasted an opportunity for an extra lap there? And how many pit stops can he make in one race? So Bailey possibly stopping at the end of this lap, I would say, as is Smith, who has left Totem behind now. And Unforgiven, he's probably going to have to pit as well. The fuel tank, I don't think, can sustain another lap. With Method in 5th, and Osman really is destroying those tyres in 6th. Fitzy could be our leader by the end of this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Stormfly chasing him down, but might not have the pace of the Supra. And Waney in the McLaren did not have a good run on those hard tyres, I'd say. And now has to get his head down and crack on. Wait for those pit stops, see where he is. I think it's going to be about 5th or 6th, maybe. It's definitely ahead of Method, Osman, and he's somewhere around Unforgiven. Unforgiven got past him in this stint, remember? So Unforgiven might come out ahead of Waney, but that's who he's fighting with. Stormfly chasing down Fitzy, who's 3.5 seconds ahead. So Fitzy having an absolutely fabulous stint at the moment in the Toyota, and for some reason Stormfly not getting those medium tyres turned on. Bailey then prepping himself for the pit stop that is about to come, and is he going to get out ahead of Fitzy? That's the question. Has Fitzy pulled a big enough move to get ahead of Bailey? I mean, Smith, Stormfly was only a second behind Bailey when he made his stop. So and Stormfly came out about 2 seconds behind Fitzy. So on paper, Bailey should come out behind Fitzy. It's intriguing. Fitzy then, can he retake the lead of this race? We expect Smith and Toten to be in, as well as Unforgiven. Method also making his pit stop at the end of this lap, as is Osman. So Fitzy will leap all of those guys, but can he leap this man here, Bailey? So here comes Smith, Toten, Unforgiven, not quite at his pits yet, but there he goes. He lost a bit of time to Toten there, didn't he? He was only like, he was closing in on those guys. He lost 3 seconds on that lap, the lap before. Method, he's doing some good lap times there. And as he comes in on those medium tyres, he likes the medium tyres. And Osman there, having a so-so stint on the soft tyres, it has to be said. Fitzy then coming around. He is only down to half a tank of fuel though. He'll be pitting in a couple of laps time. At least 2 more laps in that car. And Bailey not moving. Bailey not moving. Now they've released Bailey. It's tight. Bailey's out. Bailey's out ahead of Fitzy. Fitzy, no. Fitzy's through. Fitzy's through, and he has pulled a blinder with the early stop. But the gains in the early part, are they going to be losses later in the race? Is he pitted too early to gain the lead? And but is he going to be struggling come the end of this race when he may have to go? The pits may be messed up for him. The math might be wrong. We don't know. We don't know who's got the math right. Bailey at the moment is extending his stints by a lap on those around him. Stormfly, 3.5 seconds. This one really has disappeared from him, and I imagine he's bewildered why the Toyotas have suddenly, after their pit stops, and why on the mediums these Toyotas are so alive, whereas he can't get the mediums lit up for himself in the McLaren. Smith then comes out in 4th place, Toten in 5th. Well, we already saw that Smith took that position away from Toten. They've both gone to the medium tyre, and Unforgiven now is on the medium tyre and out ahead of Method. Waney is behind Method, and with a penalty as well. Unbelievable. Method doing a smashing job. He didn't change his tyres, ladies and gents. He thought, no, I can do these tyres for another stint. Osman as doing another stint of soft tyres. He likes the softs. They didn't seem to work for him though. Everyone seems to be enjoying the mediums for consistency. The mediums seem to be the consistent tyre out there, except for Stormfly, who is not, it has to be said, enjoying the medium run. It's gone wrong for him since that last pit stop. He's got 16 seconds on Agent Smith though, so he is all good. Toten 1.5 seconds adrift in the Ferrari, but can the Ferrari come to life and catch up the Supra, the Toyota? Unforgiven, 10 seconds adrift of the Ferrari at the moment on those medium tyres. He's 7 seconds ahead of Method really coming to life in this second or third stint, not changing the tyres. Absolute big brained move. And but Wayne G on the fresher mediums is closing in on Method. And you can see Osman in the distance there. Wayne trying to slingshot out of Musan and try and close in on Method even more. Method's tyres a lot older, remember. He's done at least 4 or 5 laps on those medium tyres. They will be screaming by the end of this stint. Wayne with the penalty hanging over his head and trying to close in on Method. Meanwhile, Fitzy leading beautifully, 2 seconds from Bailey. Bailey on the fresher tyres, but it's barely fresher, and Fitzy's tank is only half a tank of fuel on board, so his Toyota being a lot lighter than Bailey's. Stormfly, 4.5 seconds adrift now. He really is struggling to find the pace in this stint with the medium tyres. Smith pulling in a second on Stormfly at the moment and pulling away from Toten. Toten might be in trouble from Unforgiven. If Unforgiven can get a good solid few laps in, he could close up to Toten, and Toten could be in trouble. Method in 7th, still ahead of Wayne. I think Wayne was closing in, but he's paid that penalty, and now Method's got a good 2 seconds to play with, and Wayne is going to have to dig deep in this one. Just doesn't look like the McLaren works well with the medium tyres. It just doesn't look very comfortable. Osman having another stint on the softs, because the last one he was not happy with. It was just a little bit all over the place. He did a 409, a 404 and a 407. So it's not the consistency you're looking for. Especially on a set of softs, you want them really consistent. So Fitzy absolutely flying out there, but I mean he pitted around this time last stint. This will be his pit window, but he does have enough fuel to go around again. Bailey chasing him down just under 2 seconds, can't seem to close in on the other Supra. They're definitely pulling away from Stormfly. Unless Stormfly's turned the wick down on that one and he's hoping to go a little longer. Is he trying to save pit stops? But he's got half a tank of fuel. He pitted a lap before Bailey. And Bailey's is and a lap after Fitzy. So I can't say that he's really saving any more fuel. And I just don't think it is worth doing around here. I don't think you can save. The lap time you do is so slow that it's not worth saving the pit stop, I believe. But at the moment, Stormfly losing a second a lap, if not more, on the cars ahead of him. And Fitzy and Bailey now bolting in the Toyotas, leaving Stormfly behind. Smith's closing in the... it might just be that the Toyotas really work well with the medium tyre. It might be as simple as that, because he's left the Ferrari behind, and the Ferrari on the medium tyre is struggling as well. Unforgiven He's 7.5 seconds behind Toten. They've all, it's all outlaps, the ones before, so it's hard to say what their pace is at the moment until they cross the line. See, Fitzy, I can tell you, he's been doing 4:02s for the last 2 laps. Beautiful pace, and but Bailey still hasn't crossed the line since his outlap, so it's hard to say. And Stormfly 4:04. That's not good. That's 2 seconds slower than the guys ahead of him. He might be saving fuel. It's a tough one to call. You never know when someone's saving fuel or not. I mean, it's not a lot less than Bailey to say Bailey did a lap more. So I think Stormfly now is in a fuel save situation. He's trying to box clever, ladies and gents. So Fitzy and Bailey absolutely going hell for leather, and I think Stormfly is having an element of fuel save. Smith again closing in, and if this doesn't pay off for Stormfly, it's going to pay off for Smith, isn't it? So someone's going to win one way or another. And Fitzy is in. I think he had another lap there, but he likes that early stop, but it's going to cost him at the end of the race. It really will. I mean, I don't know, he's going to do a stop more than everyone else. It might hurt overall. So Stormfly goes through. Smith will be next, and Toten as well. Unforgiven is closing in on Toten. By sure he is. Smith. So Smith did a 4:04 on his medium tyres. Stormfly 4:06.2 that last time round, and Bailey a 4:02.6. Toten a 4:07 in the Ferrari. Unforgiven a 4:05.5 in the BMW. So they're very varying times on the medium tyres. Bailey he seems to be enjoying them the most though. And Stormfly, he's got to be saving fuel. I mean, 4:06.2 is not a man that's going at it, especially as he's got the fastest lap with the 4 minutes 0.708. So Stormfly, I think he's eking that tank out. He's trying to eke the tank out a little bit. He's got to be, any, because Bailey now is nearly caught up with him with the fuel tank. So Smith then in third, Toten in fourth, and I don't know if Toten's trying to save fuel. His lap times haven't been as stellar, it has to be said. Unforgiven closing in on him at 2 seconds a lap. And Method still ahead of Waney, but Waney is closing in, and Fitzy's come out behind those guys, and Osman there. We've got a little group on group action, and there we go. Waney finally gets the move done. It's been a couple of laps coming on Method. Method not changing his tyres at the last pit stop, I think was a big brain move. He's doing very well with it. Holding pace with Waney G. Waney G only just getting by. Fitzy's come out onto a set of soft tyres, and he should blast by these guys, but maybe he's thinking he'll do some fuel saving while he's behind them. No, he's going for a move on Method. No, he's pulled out of that one. He's thought possibly not. A little bit too late. And so Fitzy waits. He's going to want to do it before Musan though, surely. No, they're going to go all the way there. Maybe he's going to make the move in to Morsan. He's having a look as they come down. It's a bit of a lift as you go in, and you don't really brake until you clear this corner, and then it's heavy brakes. Get it down to second gear or first gear for some of these guys, and then get through the corner. And Fitzy does make the move on Method, and Waney G just ahead of him, but Waney G's on the medium tyres and Fitzy on the softs. The softs now will be starting to be in optimum temperature. Method then falling back now towards Osman, and the tyres starting to give up on Method. It was a good move for a short pit stop, but now Method struggling with the grip. And Fitzy looking to get the move done on Wayne G. He can't hang around. He's got a race to win. He's very tight on that lead. The margins are very small between Bailey, Stormfly and himself. So being caught up behind this gaggle of cars is not what he needs right now. But they're racing for position. These guys can defend if they want. Looks like Wayne, though, he's not making it easy for Fitzy. He's also not giving in the toe, he says. You can screw. But Fitzy through then. Fitzy up and into 6th place now. And in the next couple of corners, the soft tyres should help him ease away from the guys behind. Wayne on a used set of mediums. Method on a very used set of mediums. And we have Osman on those softs, and he is coming back. Ladies and gents, he's hitting back hard with a rough stint last time around, and now he's looking to make the move on his fellow Porsche driver. Wayne, at the moment, quarter of a tank of fuel. The tyres are looking tidy. Fitzy, who just made that stop, continues on. Bailey, at the moment, leads the race by 6.3 seconds. Stormfly, screeching that car. I think the fuel save is over, ladies and gents. Did a 4:02.8 last time around. So yeah, he's saved the fuel he wants to save, and now he is absolutely gunning it. Smith, he did a 4:03.3 himself last time around, so they're all starting to put in those lap times. Toten picking up a penalty, and Unforgiven moving himself closer, ever closer. So Toten, he's going to be feeling Unforgiven around his rear derriere pretty soon. Fitzy, 11 seconds adrift of Unforgiven, but he has recently made his pit stop and he's just starting his stint. Wayne G, he's still got a lap of fuel. Well, by the end of this lap, he might have to pit. Osman picking up a penalty, what he's famous for this race. And Method with a smile thinking, yeah, I'll be by you again. And Eric of Canada absolutely slinging Lambo. He's on those hard tyres and he's just not getting the lap times that he needs. Bailey leads from Stormfly. Stormfly had a couple of slow laps. We think he may have saved fuel. And he's looking to... He's got a pit at the end of this lap, though. And Bailey may have another lap in him. Smith, he's got another lap as well. I'll tell you what, watch out for Agent Smith. He's a danger. He's a danger for that podium. Fitzy now up and into 6th place. And he's closing in on Unforgiven. Fitzy getting that soft run out the way. It's going to be a short run. They don't last very long, but they last about the length of the fuel tank. So that'll be fine for him. But Unforgiven then, 1.3 seconds behind Toten. He has absolutely worked it, baby, to try and close in on Toten. Toten with a penalty as well, which isn't going to help his cause. And Unforgiven then getting ever closer. Smith, 14 seconds adrift of Stormfly. Stormfly's fuel is flashing. He's definitely going to be into the pits. The clouds are looking heavy overhead. Bailey flying. And here we go. Toten paying his penalty. Is this Unforgiven making the move? And it looks like it is pretty much moved on. No, yeah, it is moved on. So Unforgiven moving himself up to 4th. Don't forget, Fitzy has pitted. He's down there in 6th place. And these guys will be pitting in possibly a lap. Toten can go even longer. I think Toten's been doing some heavy fuel saving. Stormfly into the pits then. Bailey continues on. Smith continues on. Unforgiven is going to continue on. And Toten also, who's, I believe, has done some fuel save. He's lost a lot of ground, though, to those that he's racing because of his fuel save. Fitzy coming through, 7.6 seconds behind Toten. And Stormfly still in the pits as Unforgiven goes by. And there is Stormfly as Toten goes by also. But more importantly, here's Fitzy. Wayne G goes into the pits as well. And Fitzy goes through. Stormfly still not moving, still filling the car up. And that's Fitzy easily up and into 5th place. And Methods and Osman are going to go ahead of Stormfly now. Stormfly then released. He's on the soft tyres. And he is going to unleash the beast, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to go like Red Ross on this track. Bailey leads from Smith. They're yet to pit, as has Unforgiven and Toten. So the top 4 not pitted so far, and they've only got about 1 lap of fuel left on board. That's crazy that there's 4 laps they can get out of the tank. It is a 4-minute lap, though, in all fairness. So Smith and Unforgiven hasn't been able to run away from Toten, has he? But we think Toten doing a bit of fuel save. And so Unforgiven giving Toten a little bit of a drag, a bit of a tow. Toten's really doing well with the fuel, isn't he? So Bailey definitely will need to pit at the end of this lap. Smith also will need to pit. But he's 19 seconds. How's he 19 seconds ahead of Unforgiven? He has absolutely nailed it, hasn't he? Absolutely nailed it, this stint. So Agent Smith on an absolute run at the moment. I'm feeling quite peckish. It is a long race. I mean, someone's left these Hershey crepes near me. Oh, we've got some Krispy Kreme donuts. I might go and steal one of them as well. Just what you want to, innit? Is listen to me having a munch in the middle of a race. So there we go. Smith's fuel tank is starting to flash. I hope he can get to the end. I hope he can get to the and so's Bailey's. That's got to be. It's looking very grey out there. I never remember what tracks have rain and what don't. I'm not sure if Le Mans is one of those that has rain. I should have this information before we start. So I don't want to start getting you all excited saying, oh, it's getting grey, it's starting to look like rain, when this track probably, after you lot already know that it doesn't have rain. Why does GT7 do that? Why can't it just have rain on every track? Well, Dirk is saying, yeah, it does have rain, so it keeps looking duller and duller. Bailey's into the pits then. And Smith's going to come into the pits. Unforgiven, definitely into the pits. Toten might chance another lap out there, Fitzy. Now, last time Bailey come out ahead of Fitzy, so, well, it was tight one, because Fitzy went round the outside of him, didn't he? Sorry, I'm having a little chew of this. They're really nice, though. Hershey's cookies and cream filled crepes. I tell you what, though, the picture on the front of the filling and what you actually get is two totally different. They're worlds apart. Top 3 into the pits then. Toten, what's he doing? He's not pitting. He's not pitting. The fuel save working for him at the moment. Fitzy looks like he's through. Bailey still filling. Fitzy's through. Fitzy's through. Now Bailey out. Where's Stormfly? He's coming through now. We're past them all in the pits. And Stormfly looks to be easily behind Bailey. That fuel save has not helped him. He's on the soft tyre. He's really pumping out the lap times. But Bailey, oh, look how dark them clouds are. So Stormfly then. Oh, it's like he did 2 really bad laps, really, let's say. 4:04 and a 4:06 at the beginning of the last stint. And it's really put him on the back foot here, ladies and gents. Fitzy's caught up Totem. Totem don't care. He's put his indicator. He says, I'm going this way, you go that way. He's fuel saving. That's another person he can get in the tow of. He loves it. Lovely. They're quite nice. Them crepes. So Fitzy then making the move on Toten. Toten though, I imagine he doesn't mind so much. He could do with the tow. He's playing a different game at the moment. Is Toten trying to stretch that fuel out? Bailey in 3rd, Stormfly in 4th, Smith in 5th, 20 seconds ahead of Unforgiven. And Unforgiven was closing in on Smith, so Smith's done a fabulous stint that last time around. Pulled out a lovely bit of time on Unforgiven. Wayne's dropped behind Unforgiven as well, so Unforgiven has done a superb job. And Wayne picking up half-second penalty. And he's only just ahead of Method, who's now doing a soft stint. Osman again on soft tyres. All the way, baby. What's he used? He hasn't used the hards, I don't think, has he?
Wayne could throw this race up in the air.
I'm not sure about Osman and hard tyres. They're saying Ray could throw this race up in the air. Oh, it definitely will. It is a long lap. You get caught around the other side of the lap and it has a little deluge, then you are playing a game of risk, trying to bring it back to the pits. So Fitzy then, getting through his soft tyre, he's got a quarter of a tank. So he must be ready for a pit stop, I'd say. And there's Toten, who's stretched out an extra lap or 2 in that Ferrari, done an absolutely blinding job. Bailey in 3rd. Bailey will be scratching his head saying, what's Fitzy going these early pit stops? He keeps gaining time. Is he buying himself a pit stop? I don't think so, though. It's not enough. 8 seconds is not enough for a pit stop. And we're not even halfway, though. Lap 16 of 40 laps here at Le Mans. And Fitzy at the moment is playing the short stint sprint game. And he's going around again. He's going around again. I was expecting him to pit, but he's opted to go. Totem brings it in, but that is forced by the fuel. Oh, I thought Bailey was coming in then. I was like, no. And Stormfly, he's on his soft stint at the moment. He's on a big push to try and close in on the Toyota supremacy, it has to say, at the front of this race. Derg in the chat saying Bailey will know if there is no rain. Less. Hang on, put my glasses on. Yeah, it's hard to read Irish, honestly. Bailey will know if there is no rain, less stops wins. Oh, right, yeah. So Bailey trying to stretch out those. Well, Fitzy, he's going for plenty of stops. He's going for them all. Bailey, he is playing it sensibly. He hasn't used any other tyre except for the medium tyre. And Stormfly, I think he has used all of them. No Irish here, cheeky. Smith, absolutely on it at the moment. Smith's had a fantastic race, a fabulous race. He started at dead last, couldn't get a qualifying lap in, and now he's up into 4th place, being chased by Unforgiven, who also has jumped himself for Toten. Toten then slipping back, made his pit stop. He's only 6.7 seconds ahead of Waney. Toten's gone to those soft tyres though. So Toten now thinking about setting upon Unforgiven. Unforgiven on a set of medium tyres. Unforgiven's used the hard tyre. I don't think Smith's used the hard tyre yet. Bailey's definitely not used any other tyre except for the soft. Fitzy, I think, has used all of the tyres. Yes, because that's why I thought he pitted early, because he'd used that hard tyre. And I'm not sure about Stormfly though. I think he started on softs, went to mediums, and has gone back to softs again. So I don't think Stormfly's used the hard tyre yet. Bailey definitely hasn't. Fitzy has used all the compounds. So he's ticked all those boxes. Smith, I don't believe has used the hard tyre yet. Unforgiven's picked up a penalty, and that is great news for the Ferrari of Toten. He will be loving that. Unforgiven carrying half a second penalty. He's only 1.7 seconds ahead of Toten. That, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much what the penalty is. Half a second will probably cost him around about 1.5 seconds. So Toten is going to be right on his 6 by the time that penalty has been paid. And no doubt it'll be up one of these straights where it'll cost you the most. Waney in 7th. He's on the medium tyre, half a tank of fuel. He's only 3.7 seconds ahead of Method, and at the moment Method on those soft tyres is absolutely on a push, and he's bringing Osman along with him. And Eric of Canada in 10th place. He's being lapped by Stormfly. That Lambo looks absolutely pristine, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely looking car. It's got the Canada stag all over it. Gives me the horn. So Fitzy in. Fitzy is in. Bailey in the lead. Fitzy into the pits. And Stormfly then. Is he going to jump Fitzy? Good golly, Miss Molly. These early pit stops have started falling apart. Bailey and, well, they've already made their pit stops, haven't they? So, oh, yeah. And they're already through to half a tank of fuel. So Fitzy really blowing me away with these pit stops. He's so early, he's late now. So Toten continuing on. And, well, he's overtaken Unforgiven. He must have got him. Wasn't he chasing Unforgiven? He was. Oh, my word. I missed it. So Toten, off camera, has absolutely obliterated Unforgiven and got pie. And he's gone ahead of Fitzy. Fitzy then is come out in 6th place. Soft tyres for Fitzy. Soft tyres. And he's looking at the back of Unforgiven. And I can't tell you if this is going to win in this race. I don't know. I think Bailey still might come out on top on this one. I think Bailey's playing it more. He's just sticking to those medium tyres. Bailey's kept that consistency all the way through. And Unforgiven then, he's going to have to be pushed along by a soft tyre-cladded Fitzy. He wants to get back up in that 5th. 4th just ahead with the Ferrari. 20 seconds down the road is Smith, who's 16 seconds behind Stormfly, and Bailey is 8 seconds ahead of him. He's got roughly 2 laps. Yeah, so he'll probably finish this lap, do another lap, and then that'll be pit stops for Bailey. Stormfly, he's got a little less. He might have to pit at the end of this lap.
Asterisk.
And And in the chat then, Dirk saying looking good for Bailey is weather plays ball if weather plays ball. So yes, it's brightened up again. In all fairness, it did dull down. GT7's a random weather thing. It's on variable weather. It's you know, there's like 20 dry settings and 3 wet settings. So when it's a random thing, you've got a 20 to 3 chance that it's going to hit the wet for a start. So the odds are very long for wet. It's not a definite thing. It's very random and very rare that it goes to wet in the variable thing. Usually has to be manipulated. So Smith 15 seconds behind Stormfly. Now what's Smith aiming for in this race? He's got himself ahead of Toten by quite easily now, 20 seconds. Unbelievable stuff. Smith, they've got similar fuels. So Fitzy, he's got himself past Unforgiven, and now he'll be looking at the Ferrari ahead of him. So Agent Smith, I don't think he's looking for a podium here, unless Fitzy's race, unless this strategy really does mess Fitzy up come the end of the race, and he has to make an unscheduled pit stop when the others don't. That's Smith's best hope, isn't it, for getting a podium? If something goes awry at Smith, I mean, geez, we've still got 22 laps. We're only 18 laps into this race, so there's a long way to go. It's so Smith, he's 15 seconds behind Stormfly. Stormfly's doing 4:03s. Oh, there was a 4:05 that last time around, but his soft tyres are on the other end of their life cycle. 4:04 for Smith. He's just starting his stint. Well, just starting his stint. He's halfway through his fuel already, but you know, it's another 4:0. That's a 4:03. So he's kind of matching Stormfly's times. He's faster than him at the moment. So maybe Smith could catch up with Stormfly. Bailey's 10 seconds in the lead now. The tyres are absolutely delicious. He's doing 4:02s. The man is on a roll. He's cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Don't disturb him. Toten, he's being caught by Fitzy. Fitzy is another one that has a chance of a win here. Stormfly, Bailey and Fitzy are your main competitors for the win. And Stormfly falling back after that last few stints from Bailey seems to make me think that Stormfly might not be in for the win. And it's between the two Toyotas today. And Stormfly getting to the end of his tyres, and I think it's showing in his lap times. And Smith is looking to topple him. 15 seconds to find for Smith against a very swift McLaren driver. Toten in the Ferrari. He went for a longer stint that last time around. He eked his fuel out. Lost a bit of time on track. He was with Smith. He's 20 seconds behind him now. Fitzy 1.5 seconds behind Toten. Fitzy has made a stop. He was leading the race. He has predominantly been leading the race. In the early doors, it was Stormfly, then Fitzy, and then I think Fitzy made an early stop. And then got back out there, went on to hards or something, and then made another early stop. And he got himself out ahead of Bailey and Stormfly. Stormfly got overtaken by Bailey, and Bailey somehow got past Fitzy as well, and then was the leader of the race. But Fitzy has jumped Bailey a couple of times in these pit stops. But now the gap between the two of them, I think, is too big. I think Bailey has done a superb job. I mean, what is the gap? 49 seconds. A pit stop is around about that. Looks like over 2 laps you lose around about maybe 50 seconds or something. So it's tight between Fitzy and Bailey, but by the time Bailey comes in, Fitzy's probably going to need to make a pit stop as well. So Stormfly definitely ready for a pit stop now. His fuel's low, his tyres are done. And Bailey's still got a lap to go with his. And Smith still with a lap to go with his, as has Toten. And Fitzy, he's still got a good couple of laps in that Toyota yet. Unforgiven has another lap to go before his pit stops. Wayne's going to have to pit on this lap, and so will Method. And so Osman might be able to eke another lap out of this one. And Eric of Canada, only half a tank. He's got a couple of laps to go as of yet. So Bailey going past the pit lane, all's good. Stormfly's the man who's going to have to jot in there. 14 seconds behind Bailey now. Bailey really has gone to work on this race, hasn't he? Coming back from third place. He's slowly chipped away at these guys. And he is dominant once again. Smith, he doesn't need to pit, and he does not pit. So Toten also won't need to pit, and Fitzy not needing to pit, but Fitzy will be getting quite frustrated in that car at the moment. He'll be wanting to catch up with the Ferrari and get by him, although it's not being held up by the Toten in any way. So, but you know, when you've got a chance of a win, you don't want any cars in your way. Stormfly still in the pits. This is what I'm saying. Fitzy now closing in on the back of the Ferrari, and he can't be held up in any way whatsoever. He gets himself ahead of Stormfly, who is filling up right now. Wayne also going into the pits. We saw he needed fuel. And Method going in. Osman does stay out. So Osman opting to stay out for another lap there in 6th place. So Bailey leads. He's going to pit at the end of this lap. Smith will be pitting at the end of this lap. Toten probably pitting at the end of this lap. Fitzy still got a good couple of laps to go on those soft tyres, but he is struggling now to get past Toten. Toten will be slowing him up, and he cannot afford that. He cannot afford that with the fight that he's got with Bailey and Stormfly. Stormfly out in 7th place behind Osman, but he's got a good 6 second gap in front of him to just cruise and get into the McLaren. I mean, he's gone to medium tyres. I think he didn't enjoy the medium tyres, did he, the last stint? He seems to prefer the soft tyre, but they don't last the whole stint. So he's opted for the medium tyres to have more life come the end of the race, but it's a struggle. Halfway through now, lap 20 of 40. Bailey going great guns. He'll be coming into the pits at the end of this. 27-second lead on Agent Smith, but Smith will be making a pit as well. I think Bailey's done enough to stay ahead of Fitzy, and Fitzy's got past Toten at last. Toten will be making a pit stop at the end of this one, as will Unforgiven, who is closing in on Toten now. Toten will have to start being concerned, because I don't know if Toten has used the hard tyre. I've lost track of the... I think he has, actually. Unforgiven definitely has used the hard tyre. Fitzy's definitely used the hard tyre. I don't believe Bailey or Smith have used it, nor has Stormfly. And I don't think Method's used it. Wayne's used it. He definitely used it. That's where he lost a lot of his time, and he's been trying to claw it back ever since. 43 seconds behind Stormfly is where he's at the moment, and he's got to hope a couple of people pit and he can get ahead of them. And there'll be a flurry of pit stops at the end of this lap, starting with this man here who is leading, Bailey, and his optimum pit stop is to get back out ahead of Fitzy. So here he goes into the pits then. And Smith will do the same. Smith pushing on his final lap out there. faster than he's gone before, a 4:03.3. And he's coming around to jump into the pits. Fitzy's fight is with first place. He'll be well aware first and second have gone into the pit, so Fitzy's opportunity then is there. But he's only got a couple more laps left on these tyres, where Bailey will be on a fresh set and looking for scalps. And, Stormfly, he'll be moving up as soon as this flurry of cars. Toten going into the pits with Unforgiven following him in. Unforgiven getting ever closer to him. Osman looks like he will be making a pit this time around. I thought he'd gone by him. So there we go. There goes Osman. Stormfly pitted last time out, so he'll jump up a fair few spaces now. Probably up into third place, maybe. Fitzy did stay ahead of Bailey. Look, Bailey come out, and Fitzy 6.5 seconds ahead of Bailey. I thought Bailey had done enough. I thought he was going to be out ahead of Fitzy, but Fitzy, no, is ahead of Bailey. And Stormfly now is 17 seconds behind Bailey. How has that happened? Smith out in fourth place. And Smith has turned this race around. He really has done a good job. 10 seconds. He's even pulled 5 seconds back on Stormfly. I have no idea what's happening to Stormfly's pit stops, but he's losing time in every stop. Quite a lot as well, 5 seconds or so. Because Smith was 15 seconds behind him, and now only 10 seconds. And he was only 11 or so seconds behind Bailey, and now he's 17 seconds behind Bailey. This is a disaster for Stormfly at the moment. Fitzy then leads with Bailey in second. Bailey again sticking to those medium tyres. He's not playing. And Stormfly in third place, but how safe is that third place with this man here, Smith, on a rampage? Toten 22 seconds behind Smith now, and only 2 seconds ahead, 2.5 seconds ahead of Unforgiven. Toten's gone to the medium tyre. Unforgiven also has gone to the medium tyre. All is fair between them. Waney is on the soft tyre. Can he close in? There are 2 positions up for grabs ahead of Waney G, and he'll be wanting a piece of that action, I tell you. Method slipping behind Waney after the pit stops, and Real Osman on the soft tyres again is picking up that fight with Method again. Great stuff. Eric of Canada is slamming it around in the Lambo. He's getting close to a pit stop as Fitzy, the leader, closes in on him to put a lap on him. I think it'd be 2 laps on him, won't he? Well, no, because Eric of Canada is on lap 20, Fitzy's on lap 21, so this will be the first lap, I believe. Bailey has picked up a penalty. This is great for Stormfly and fantastic for Fitzy. So Bailey picking up a small penalty there. He'll be pushing. He'll be concerned about Fitzy's strategy. He'll be trying to go through the math and working out if it's going to work for him at the end of the race. It shouldn't, but it could. Osman's got himself ahead of Method, but he is on the racing soft tyres. So he's got a small advantage in the corners. Fitzy then coming up to put a lap on the Lamborghini. And will he come into the pits, or is he going to go round again? I think he's got enough fuel to do another lap, but he has surprised us before and come in and done a quick pit stop. No, he goes round again. So next lap he'll be in. Bailey has paid that penalty. He's still got good 14 seconds on Stormfly, and Smith then can't seem to close in anymore on Stormfly. Toten just ahead of Unforgiven by 3 seconds, but it's Wayne G that's coming in like a wrecking ball. He is not messing around. On board then with Wayne G, and we'll have a short break from my voice, ladies and gents. It's got to be getting on your nerves by now. Hi, I'm back again. Did you have a nice break from my voice? So let's see where we are then. Bailey in the lead. He's pitted a couple of laps ago. He's got 17 seconds on Stormfly. Stormfly's picked up a penalty, but he's coming to the end of his stint now. He's probably got another lap, if that, on around. He might have to pay at the end of this one. Smith pulled another 2 seconds in. He was 10 seconds behind Stormfly, and Agent Smith is the man to watch, isn't he? He really is on a push and a pull. Look at him go. Fitzy obviously pitted last time. It's only slipped down to 4th though, ahead of Toten. Toten in the Ferrari, still ahead of Unforgiven, and I think Unforgiven has been slowly creeping up. He's slowly creeping up. He's caught him. So Unforgiven going for the move on Toten. He's been slowly chipping away at the Ferrari for only 23 laps, and now it is starting to pay off for Unforgiven. But Toten, the Ferrari, keeping with him all the way along. And my good golly, what's that, lap 23? Because that's a thumbnail, isn't it? That's a thumbnail if ever I saw a thumbnail. I'll have to try and remember. The Toten and Unforgiven alongside each other, and Toten somehow staying ahead. Unforgiven not being decisive enough, and Waney, who we were sat on board with the soft tyres, has really cut in to well, he's been doing 404s as well. So Unforgiven, who's caught up with Toten, has stayed away from Wayne G. I thought Wayne G would close in on those guys. Osman ahead of Method now, and he's pulling away from him on those soft tyres and starting to come alive in the second half of this race as Eric of Canada on a set of mediums. And his best lap's been a 4:13. He's really struggling in that Lambo to find the times. These guys have been doing averages of 4:03s, 4:04s. The best has been a 4-minute by this man here, Stormfly. He's 12 seconds. Oh, again, another 2 seconds from Agent Smith. What is happening with Stormfly's pace? He's just a 4:07 that last time around. And, you know, the endurance is about being able to take the length as well. You can ask anyone. When it's short and fat, it's a lot easier than when it's long and hard. And Smith at the moment closing in on Stormfly by like 2 seconds a lap. It's scary. Stormfly's going to have to start looking over his shoulder and not so worry so much about what the Bailey and Fitzy situation is. Bailey at the moment though, he's got it all in hand. Everything seems cool. It went cloudy for a while there. We did think it was going to have a little light drizzle, but it's gone away. The sun's out. It's a glorious day here at Le Mans, and Bailey is doing what Bailey does best. He's leading and he's showing everyone else the way. Stormfly, he's looking like he's fighting for his podium here, because Smith might be in with a shout. The pace that Smith's shown in the Supra has been unprecedented. And Fitzy as well. That Supra has been mightily impressive this race. Toten still ahead of Unforgiven. Now, is Unforgiven just staying behind Toten for the toe and feels that this is a good pace? I mean, he can do 4:04s, but he did a 4:05.6 last time out, and is that a product of being stuck behind Toten, who's doing 4:06s at the moment on a set of medium tyres? The BMW looking like a handful out of the corners, and again he's on the attack with the Ferrari, but the Ferrari looks planted, ladies and gents, and I don't think Toten is in any kind of mood to give up another position. He's lost a position to Smith, and he will not want to give up that position for Unforgiven also. Oh, Toten then going very wide out of that corner, but Unforgiven followed him, so it's not so bad. Wayne G is at the end of his stint. His tyres are screaming for mercy. And he'll have to make a pit stop pretty soon. Osman and Method. Oh, no, Method's going to have to make a pit stop as well. Wayne G not that far ahead of a Method. So Wayne G's got to be careful with those pit stops. He might find Method right on his case. Bailey at the moment, absolutely extraordinary. 12-second lead on Stormfly. Stormfly, he needs a pit stop himself. He's cutting it fine with that fuel tank as well, I believe. And the Smith now within 5 seconds of Stormfly. He really has whittled that time down. Bailey then continuing on. No, he's not got there yet, sorry. Continuing on, he has got there. And Stormfly into the pits he goes. Smith continues on as well. He's got another lap in that Supra. And Fitz then. Fitzy will go ahead of Stormfly. But he's got to be a little bit nervous about what Smith's doing himself. Smith, is Smith going for both of them? Is he going for Fitzy as well? If Fitzy's pit stops don't work out, and Toten and Unforgiven in their own little battle down here for 5th and 6th. And at the moment the Ferrari is holding ground ahead of the BMW. And Wayne will be coming into the pits. He's into the pits, should I say. Osman will continue on for a lap. But I believe Methods, is he going to keep those mediums? Is he going to make that sort of stop? If he does, he will be all over the back of Wayne G, but his tyres won't last a whole stint. Eric of Canada, no pit stop needed there. He's going to continue around for another lap. So Bailey on his final lap of this stint. Smith on his final lap of this stint, possibly, unless he goes heavy fuel save on this lap. Fitzy will be wanting to come out ahead of Bailey. He's 40 seconds. He's closer. He was 50 seconds at the last stint. So he's 10 seconds closer to Bailey. So he should easily get ahead of him. But yeah, I mean, the pit stops, he's been going in earlier. So I feel like he's going to do one stop more than the other guys out there. Bailey. Smith, a real danger for that for the podiums. We thought the podiums were locked out with Fitzy, Bailey, and Stormfly, but Smith has had an extraordinary last couple of stints and really has pulled himself into play. It's interesting. Unforgiven in 4th place. Oh, he's done the job. He's got past Toten. And he'll be in the pits at the end of this lap, as will Toten. And Osman also following him in. He's loving them soft tyres. And Stormfly out in 7th. Another set of mediums for Stormfly. Wayne G out. Oh, he's cut the pit lane. But he's 11 seconds ahead of Method. Method did change his tyres to the softs. So, but 3-second hit, that will put Method around 7 seconds away on a set of soft tyres against a set of mediums. Wayne G might have a bit of a fight on his hands with Method behind him. He's going to have to watch out for that one. Bailey then making his way to the pits. Lap 25 of 40, ladies and gents. And Smith also making his way to the pits. Fitzy, hopefully, well, he'll be thinking hopefully back in the lead. And Unforgiven, although getting past Toten, is going to be heading to the pits, and Toten picking up a penalty and also coming into the pits. Osman, he'll be coming into the pits. So Stormfly jumping back up a few positions. But how many? How many? Because we saw that Smith was closing in. It was getting quite scary for him. 6 seconds difference at the end when he pitted ahead of Smith. And has Smith done enough to gain even more time after the pit stop on Stormfly? That's where his aims are. Oh, Wayne's left. Wayne has left. Oh, that 3-second penalty. Was that enough? Was that enough for him to say, screw it? Unbelievable. Fitzy. Fitzy then will retake the lead of the race, and Smith will be looking at Stormfly. Osman's picked up a penalty, and Stormfly. Oh, could you imagine doing 25 laps of Le Mans and then your game bugging out? That is if he's bugged out because of the game, that is frustrating. Because he's raced for an hour and 45 minutes and didn't get any credits for it. They get credits at the end of this. They can go and buy a new car. Fitzy then, he's going for the lead. And he's done it nicely. Bailey still filling up with fuel. So Fitzy is flying on those soft tyres. And Bailey, Smith, Unforgiven, Toten, now Osman's into the pits. Stormfly, where is it? Bailey's out then. Bailey is out. And Smith only just filling up. Stormfly coming through those chicanes. This is amazing. Smith's going to be close, you know. He's going to get released. Stormfly coming up to the end of the pit lane. That's saying Smith in third, but he is. He's jumped him in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. And Smith has pulled a blinder. Absolutely blinding stuff from Smith. He's ahead of Stormfly. Now the question is Stormfly playing a long game here? Is he trying to save fuel? He's lost so much time on track to the likes of Bailey and Smith. Fitzy flying at the moment, 15 seconds ahead of Bailey. It's not a pit stop though. If Fitzy needs an extra pit stop in this race, he has not gained that advantage. And he'll be probably pitting, he probably should pit at the end of this lap. For sure, yeah. He won't be able to get another lap out of that, I don't think. Possibly. I've been wrong before. Smith, meanwhile, 2 seconds ahead of Stormfly. That did not go well for Stormfly. Again, another stint he's lost time on. And it's a Toyota 1-2-3 at the moment. It is a Le Mans. The Toyotas are reigning supreme, it would seem. Stormfly in fourth, Unforgiven in fifth, being chased by Toten. They've made their pit stops. They've put medium tyres on. And Osman, he's gone for another set of softs, but he's picked up a penalty again with Method only 5 seconds behind him. That's going to be at least a 1.5 second penalty for Osman when it all weighs out after he spends it. So Method is going to be in touching distance again. Dergview in the chat saying, I think top three, Bailey win, Storm and Smith second and third. Don't know what order. Interesting. So so you think Fitzy's going to drop out of this? You think Fitzy's extra pit stop's going to get him out of the top three altogether? Interesting theory. Interesting theory. I honestly can't work it out. It does seem like Fitzy is on a fool's errand here. He's getting the early leads, but I think he's going to have to make another stop more than the others. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, Dirk saying extra pits won't kick until last stop. Yeah, well that's it. That's when we know what is going on. But at the moment it does seem like Fitzy is running towards having to make one more stop than these other guys. So Bailey, Smith and Stormfly. Stormfly though has lost a bit of pace as the race goes on. And so Fitzy, he might have a chance to at least get ahead of Stormfly. It's interesting. Unforgiven is now being harassed and harangued by Toten. Toten in the tow, and he wants to get by the BMW. He's carrying a ½ second penalty, but he cares little about that as Toten then reclaims that fifth place back from Unforgiven. And you can see this action first hand. Unforgiven streaming from his YouTube channel, URL_Unforgiven 7, and I think there's a 7 on it as well. And yeah, so you can see this Dysinger battle between Toten and Unforgiven, although Unforgiven now, I tell you, Toten just paid that penalty. Yeah, now Unforgiven's through. And Toten then back in the tow. Fitzy into the pits. And that's tyres rather than fuel. That fuel may have got him round another go. But Bailey then through and into the lead. Smith, is he going to be up into second? He is, you know. So now Smith up and into second place. Fitzy in the pits. Where's Stormfly? Can Stormfly jump Fitzy as well? He does. He does. So Fitzy very much out of sync with the pit stops. And looking like he's going to have to make one more than the others. He's not even totally filling up. He's not even totally filling the car up. So he's really going for those short, sharp stints. Bailey with half a second penalty, but he's 20 seconds ahead of Agent Smith. And they were only 2 seconds apart, were they not? That was a 4-minute 11 lap time from Stormfly. Stormfly, I think he is heavily saving fuel. Or he's being really punished by some penalties we're not seeing. Fitzy only 3.8 seconds behind him on a set of soft tyres, is going to be going to destination Stormfly very quickly indeed. Unforgiven back ahead of Toten. Toten though only half a second behind, and these two evenly matched. The Ferrari and the BMW seem to be tenths apart at all times. Toten grabbing a toe from Unforgiven. Osman ahead of Method, 7th and 8th. We lost Wayne. I don't know through what kind of disconnect, an angry disconnect or a internet disconnect, but still, you think after an hour and 45 minutes, it's got to be an internet disconnect. No sane man would unplug after that, or it might have been something goes off at home and he had to unplug. You never know. But Bailey at the moment reigning supreme. Smith absolutely pulling a blinder from 10th. He qualified 10th, ladies and gents. The game wouldn't allow him to post a time because he kept picking up penalties, and so he had to start the race from the back with no time, and he has chipped away over the last 27 laps, and he's made his way up to second place. Stormfly, his lap times, he has got the fastest lap time of a 4:11. I mean, 4:04s and 4:03s, but yeah, 4:11 last time out on a set of medium tyres. Makes me wonder who's out of sync. Looks like he's doing one extra stop. He's coming up behind. Oh, I'm jumping around all over the shop. Downloading something and ask him not to, because it's not looking good. No, they're not downloading anything. It's just my jangly internet. Although I am asking a lot in it. We've been going 2 hours. So let's hope it can hold on for another 13 laps. That's all it's got to do. Come on. Come on, Virgin. You can do it. I believe in you. So Bailey then is leading 20 seconds ahead of the Smith. The Smith 11 seconds. Fitzy's done the move on Stormfly, but I think Stormfly now is driving to a delta. I think he's saving fuel. I think he's trying to do one less stop, but he's already 33 seconds behind Bailey. And we said a pit stop is about 50 seconds, isn't it, or something, the loss? So yeah, well, we'll see how Stormfly does. He's going strategic, I think, I honestly think he is doing some sort of fuel save. He's got the pay. He did a 409 last time around, a 411 the one before. It's odd lap times from Stormfly, very odd lap times. Toten's 20 seconds behind him. He's got the move done on Unforgiven. I apologise. I was so busy trying to find out what was going on with my internet that I missed the move there, but Unforgiven, 1.8 seconds now. Toten absolutely pulling out all the stops. He is going for it, and maybe Unforgiven might be thinking of saving his fuel for this stint on the medium tyre. The medium tyre can outlast the fuel tank quite a lot, so it's the main one you'd want to do the saving fuel on. On a soft tyre, it doesn't last, so you may as well just go hell for leather. Bailey at the moment 18 seconds ahead of the Smith, and they are both on half a tank of fuel. Smith's picked up a half a second penalty. Fitzy on a push, and he's on half a tank of fuel. So he's sitting in third, 6 seconds ahead of Stormfly, who's also on half a tank of fuel. So Bailey and Smith, who have been going longer than the guys ahead of them, are now on the same fuel. So yeah, it's leveled out. It's leveled out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how, but it has leveled out. Toten's on half a tank of fuel, and so's Unforgiven. They've all been pitting at the different times, but now they're all on even fuel. On Osman, it's a phenomenon. Osman's got a 1 second penalty. He's ahead of Method by 9 seconds. Method's the only one who's still caning his fuel, I think. And everyone else seems to have suddenly evened their fuel out. Smith's got a penalty, and he's got 10 seconds on Fitzy at the moment. I don't know. If you want, someone is going to have to explain what happened there, because Fitzy's making really early stops, but now he's got half a tank of fuel. Stormfly pits a lap after Fitzy, but he's got half a tank of fuel. And Smith and Bailey pit. I know Smith didn't put a full tank in, did he? It's crazy fish, man. It's crazy stuff happening here. Some crazy soup. But Bailey leads 20 seconds from Smith, and they all should be pitting around the same time now. So they've synced up like women do. Toten in fifth, just ahead of Unforgiven, and Unforgiven is not going to let him have an easy ride to the flag. And Toten then under pressure. And Osman's in sight of those guys, so Osman didn't fall back that far. He's still got an opportunity to get fifth place in this race. It's what an interesting race. It really is. It's a pure endurance race where it's not bumper to bumper, but it's the long game, it's the strategy, and it's all. And it is beyond me. I missed it. I couldn't keep track of it. I thought Fitzy, unless he's done his extra pit stop, and that is it. It's put him in third place ahead of Stormfly. And Stormfly saved his fuel, so now he's on the same as Bailey and Smith. Is all I can think. Toten and Unforgiven were stopping around the same time as Bailey and Smith as well, weren't they? So it's all evened out. The top six, all similar fuel loads. Unforgiven's picked up a penalty. That's going to make it harder to catch up and overtake Toten in the Ferrari. And Toten waves goodbye. See you later, alligator. And we've got 11 laps to go. That's more than 2 hours and 40 minutes in it. We're going to go over the 3 hour mark, I'm sure of it. I don't know if I've got enough space to save the replay for me thumbnail. These two, lap 23, I've got to remember. Side by side all the way up the straight. It was beautiful. Beautiful sight. Bailey then 20 seconds ahead of Smith. 8.9 seconds. Fitzy is closing in. He did a 402.2 last time out. Smith with a 404.9, nearly a 405. 412. Stormfly really is trying to eke out that fuel, but he's losing so much time on track. He's now 42 seconds behind Bailey. When we last discussed this, he was 30 seconds behind Bailey, and I said, oh, maybe it's not too bad then. But now we are getting close to a pit stop behind. So Bailey then, where is he? He possibly is stopping at the end of this lap, as is possibly Smith. Bailey still hasn't used the soft tyre or the hard tyre, remember. 11 laps left, so possibly on his next stop he's going to have to choose one of the other compounds. Smith, I think it's going to be about 2 hours and 50, says Dirk. That sounds about right, I reckon. So Fitzy then. Is in third, and Smith, I've got to turn my iPad down. I'm listening to myself, I don't know why. It's because I'm really worried that that my internet's starting to weaken. So I'm listening to see, because that's usually the first thing that goes, is my voice starts going. Oh dear, what have I done? I've asked Siri to come on. Go away, Siri. Look at me, I'm messing about. And I've got a race to be talking about here. Smith then is in second, chasing down Bailey, but I think Bailey is absolutely secure with what he's got at the moment. He is coming to the end of the lap. He could eke another lap out of that, but we've been seeing it's been a jumbled lot. No, he's going to go around again, and there's no way he's coming in. There you go. So Bailey takes it around for another lap. Smith, I imagine, would copy him. Fitzy, he's got another lap in that one. And Stormfly, 4:12 and a 4:11 in this stint on the... I mean, the first time I blamed it on the medium tyres, saying, oh, the McLaren's not working as well with those medium tyres. But I think he can do the lap time on them. I just think I honestly think he's trying to eke out the fuel. But he's chasing Fitzy, and Fitzy's pulled out time on him. Fitzy's doing 4:02. This one's a 4:02. He's using the same amount of fuel as Stormfly. Unless Stormfly crosses the line with this one with the 4:02, then he's not doing fuel saving. 4:04, 4:04. Do you know what? I'm not sure. He's got me bewildered as Stormfly of what he's doing at the minute. They are soft tyres on Fitzy, remember, medium tyres. That could be a big 2-second difference there. So maybe Stormfly was saving fuel, but now he's trying to hit it hard just before his pit stop. Fitzy just hits it hard no matter what. There is no fuel save for Fitzy. He'll just go into the pits if he needs fuel. Smith, he's been in the 4:03s, 4:04s on a set of medium tyres. Like I said, Bailey, he's going to have to choose a set of softs or medium, a set of softs or hards, because he's only got 10 laps left of this race. So he's going to have to do, if he's doing 5 lap stints mostly, then yeah, he's got to do softs and then hards or one or the other. I'm trying to remember what Smith's used, you know. He's been there and everywhere. I don't know if he's used a set of hard tyres. I've got a feeling he hasn't. I think he's used softs and he's used mediums, but I don't know if he's used a set of hard tyres. Fitzy has used all of them. He can use whatever compound he wants, so he definitely has. Stormfly, I can't recall if he's used hard tyres, and I don't think he has. I think he may have used softs, but I don't think he's used hards. Toten, oh, I've lost track of Toten. What's he used? I don't think he's used hard tyres. He may have used hard tyres earlier. Unforgiven's definitely used hards. He started on them. Osman, I don't think's used hard tyres. Method has used hard tyres. I think Method's used all the compounds. So I know. I should have a little notebook, shouldn't I, and write down what tyres they use. I'll try and remember that for June for the next 2 races. Because, yeah, my memory isn't all that good to remember. So Bailey then, his fuel's low. He's going to be coming in. Toten only still 1.7 seconds ahead of Unforgiven. So these two will be pitting at the end of this lap, but their fight will continue on after. And Fitzy as well. All three of these are going to be into the pits, so there'll be no changes of positions, I would think. No, Stormfly needs to pit as well. But isn't that weird how they've all synced up to be on the same, except for Method, who's been in again, and Eric of Canada also not needed to pit. But the rest of the field, I think, are all going to be in on this lap 30 of 40. And they should only have one more stop after that. They've been getting around about 5 laps out of the car, except for Fitzy, who's been about 4 laps. So, Bailey then coming up to the pit lane entrance. And in he comes, and yeah, I imagine he's going to have to put a different compound on. Smith, who I don't believe's used the hard tyres, but I may be totally wrong, because I haven't kept track that well. He will be coming into the pits. He's only 9 seconds ahead of Fitzy, who's also, for the first time in this race, pitting at the same time as everyone else. He's usually pitting before, so he must have used his extra pit stop up. This is it now, is it not? He's going to be running with the group all the way. And then we've got Stormfly. All be into the pits as well. It's extraordinary that they've all lined their pits up at lap 30. Toten and Unforgiven both also needing a pit stop. It's so weird. And the sun is growing long in the sky, so it's going to be getting dark pretty soon here at Le Mans. And they're going to be... Oh, Toten hit the wall, and I think Unforgiven sounded like he hit the wall there as well. Osman, he's got a bit of damage. Bailey is out. He's gone to a set of softs, ladies and gentlemen. So he'll be running the softs for a brief while before returning with the hard tyre. Smith should be the next out. Osman then into the pits. He picked up a penalty as he went into the pits. Method, is he close enough to get ahead of Osman after the pit stop? But he's only got a couple of laps to go, and then he will have to pit himself. And Eric of Canada he's done a 4:10, which was it was 4:12, wasn't it, last time we saw? So the Lamborghini, get in there. Bailey then on his set of soft tyres, he's going to blow them away, isn't he? Another set of mediums for Smith. Fitzy has gone to the softs, and Stormfly, he's getting the hard stint out of the way, ladies and gents. He's gone to the hard tyre. Toten also going to the hard tyre. Unforgiven on the soft. Oh, I hope Toten's religious, because he better make a prayer, because Unforgiven is coming. Method in 7th. He has jumped Arman Osman, who's filling up right as we speak. And did they fix the damage? No, it would have worn off. It just seems like they held him a little longer after the filled the fuel up. So Method there, but Method's got to make another stop, don't forget. And Osman still carrying that penalty he took into the pits with him. And he's got the Lambo just behind him. I think it's a lap behind him, but it's just behind him on track. Bailey leads 20 seconds from the Smith. Smith on the medium tyres, and Fitzy 8 seconds behind him on a set of softs, and he'll be coming in hard, ladies and gentlemen. Stormfly doing his hard run right now, as is Toten, and Toten is going to be in trouble because our man Unforgiven is on his way. And Derg in the chat saying there is heavy damage, so need repairing. Oh, so there is heavy damage on it. Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, he did have to repair it. So Unforgiven then closing in on Toten, trying to suck that toe in. They get through the chicane, and you can see the soft tyres against the hard tyres. He closes in Doesn't need a tow. Just using those tyres alone, the grip he gets from them in the corner, closing in on the Ferrari, down the straight again with the tow. Beautiful stuff. He's 10 seconds ahead of Method. But Method is out of sync now. They've all got themselves synced up with the pits. Through Mulsanne, is he going to use the brakes to get up the inside? There is no room. He's patient, is unforgiven. He is going to wait a little bit more longer. And wow, Toten got a great drive out of Mulsanne then, didn't he? Look at that. Even with hard tyres, the Ferrari has got a great launch. Absolutely. It launched off the line like a crazy thing. And it goes out the corners. James Stevens in the chat saying medium GT from OTH here. This is all a bit proper. Yeah, they'd like a good long race here at the Ultimate Racing League. And there we go, Unforgiven closing up on Toten. He's in the soft tyre. And Toten then is a sitting duck on those hard tyres. He certainly is. And Unforgiven, he's looking to make 5th place in this race, as we are now 9 laps away from the end. The sun going down, soon to be dark here at Le Mans, and that will put an extra edge to the racing as Unforgiven looks to make the move up the inside. And they're side by side. Remember, we see these at racing earlier today, side by side. It was beautiful stuff. And again, look at them, evenly matched, the Ferrari and the BMW going at it through the S's. Absolutely stunning stuff. And Unforgiven, with the grip of those soft tyres, does end up ahead of Toten. Unbelievable, unprecedented racing here at Le Mans here with the BMW and the Ferrari. Great stuff. Absolutely bravo for Unforgiven. Made the move, and Toten defended like a lion, but Unforgiven with those soft tyres managed to be able to get that position away. Bailey leading with 20 seconds in hand. It's all his to throw away. He's on the soft tyre. He wants to make these soft tyres last for about 5 laps, and then he'll have to go onto the hard tyre, and then the hard slog starts. But the race may have already been won for Bailey, like he did last week. He got the work done early and used the hards at the end. Smith chasing him down, but it could be a lost cause, and Smith should be happy with the work he's done already. Starting from 10th on the grid, he has gone at it. He has attacked Le Mans with such ferocity that he's managed to drag himself up into 2nd place, and it looks like 2nd place might just hold for him right at this moment. He has a furious Fitzy chasing him down with soft tyres, but he's 7.4 seconds behind. And this race now is feeling, you can feel it in the air. We're coming to the end. We're getting into the end game, and all of those strategies are starting to play out. In the chat, we've got Vodka Rob saying, sorry, I missed loads tonight. That's all right, man. I've streamed loads. I don't expect you to watch all of it, bro. Dirk saying, was wondering where you were. And Vodka Rob saying, I was making beans and sausages and cheese on toast. And Dirk also saying, Beans wouldn't like to be near you tonight. Oh, Beans wouldn't like to be near you tonight. He's going to have their farts. So Bailey then leads, then Smith. Fitzy on the soft tyres. He's pushing hard. He can see Smith. Is that the car he can see up ahead? Oh, not in that view.
Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
But yes, Fitzy and the sun getting very long in the windows there. It makes visibility very tricky up these straights. And there is a small dot ahead, and I think that is our very own Agent Smith. So Fitzy has a target to aim for, and he's 8 seconds though. He's lost time on the Smith, man. He's lost time. Stormfly pushing on. He's on the hard tyres. He's picked up a penalty. He's 50 seconds ahead behind Bailey right now. 22 seconds behind Fitzy. Unforgiven only 13 seconds behind Stormfly. These guys, you've got to say, have done an amazing job staying in the race with the leaders. And Toten on those hard tyres, outperforming what they should be able to do in his Ferrari, and Unforgiven cannot run away from him. He cannot get away from the Ferrari on a hard set of tyres. That's unbelievable stuff. And we've got Method then. He's coming up for his pit stop, and that'll put Osman back ahead. I thought Osman wasn't that far behind Toten. I thought he was only 11 seconds out of that one, but Osman, he's some 58 seconds behind Method. He must have pitted recently. Although he's got his hazards on, is he away from keyboard or something? So the Unforgiven and Toten fight carries on ferociously, it has to be said. Stormfly on those hard tyres, halfway through his stint right now, 24 seconds away from Fitzy. Fitzy unable to close up to the Smithy, and Bailey is absolutely destroying it, absolutely caning it. Vodgrov saying, at least it will get the cat off my bed. Vodgrov also saying, these Group 3s feel slow as hell now. It's like being on Fuel Safe 6. Really, I haven't had a play. I haven't had a play on the GT for a week or two. I've had a bit of a dicky back. So I've avoided, you know, any kind of sports. Pro Sim Racing is a sport. So Smith, 20 seconds, he's 7.6 seconds, that's the big time. I don't think Smith's going to do anything about Sir Bailey, but, I mean, 2 champions, I think he might have won enough championships for a URL knighthood, Sir Bailey.
They have nerfed all of them.
Oh, they've nerfed all of them, have they? Oh, my. Oh, well. Everyone, what a way to get everyone to go and play a Corsa, eh? So Fitzy, hey, they haven't got VR. You won't lose me, GT7. You keep that VR up and I'll still be here. No other racing games seem to want to do it. On PlayStation at least. I mean, Formula 1, you think that's easy. They're all the same looking cars. You wouldn't have to worry about interiors, just a badge on a wheel. But yeah, no, the F1 doesn't bother with VR. Acerto doesn't unless it's a PC that can run NASA. So yeah, what do we get? We've got Gran Turismo 7, and it's good enough. It's good enough for me. Now that Sophie, I keep hearing it's really exciting with the Sophie in custom races as well. So I'm looking forward to doing a custom race with Sophie. See what it's like. Getting excited. I'll still finish last. So Bailey leads with Smith in second, but that's not the battle. It's seesawing. Fitzy's dropped back again. Fitzy is not closing in. Smith, is doing a 4:03.4 and holding ground to the soft-tired Toyota that's chasing him. And it is a Toyota 123. It has to be said. Does seem to be the maximum car here at Le Mans. It's got unbelievable pace down the straights. It might not be this way at every track, ladies and gents. And but at the moment, the Toyota's looking very, very strong out there. Stormfly in the McLaren. He was up there dicing it at the front. And Vodkrov saying, I so wish that Acerto had VR. Yeah. And Rob saying, yeah, that is great. I did a Nord race against Sophie AI and it was great fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna jump in. Bailey leads with Smith in second, and I don't think Fitzy can do this now. I don't think Fitzy can manage to close in. Although we don't know if Smith's used the hard tyres, or I can't remember if Smith's used the hard tyres. I seem to think he hasn't. I think he started on the softs, and I think he's run mediums ever since. So I've got a feeling that he hasn't used the hard tyre yet. Fitzy, he's definitely used all of them, because he did it each stint. He changed tyres, changed compounds, I mean, each of his first 3 stints. So Fitzy has used all 3 compounds. Stormfly has now used all 3 compounds, because using the hard tyre now, obviously saving that last run for a set of softs where he will be wanting to go on his attack. But already he's dropped off of the top 3 quite a bit. And Unforgiven is starting to close in on Stormfly, down to 8 seconds. Unforgiven doing 403s, Stormfly doing 406s on a hard tyre. Toten's gone to the hard tyre. He's doing a 407. He managed a 404 at first whilst he had Unforgiven's toe, but now he's slipped out of the toe. It looks like there's just no pace on that hard tyre without a toe. And that might be why Unforgiven was wise, going first stint with the hard tyre in the pack. Easier to maintain a toe. So you've got to give Unforgiven kudos for that, for starting on the hard tyre right there in the midst of everyone. He was guaranteed a toe for a good few laps there. So and Toten lucky, I guess, to get a toe at all, get that 404. And Stormfly has fallen into that. Oh, and he's picked up a second penalty as well, 1 second penalty. And yeah, with no toe, 406 seems to be the best you can get with those hard tyres. Bailey, he's saving those hard tyres for the very last stint. So we'll see what laps he can do on them. He's Stormfly still got the fastest lap time now. He's used his softs up, so it's not looking like he's going to get the fastest lap. He did a 4:01.9, but with the sun going down, the track's going to be a lot cooler, So yeah, it would be more difficult to try and go for that fastest lap time with a colder track. Lap 34 of 40, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the 2 hours and 22 minute mark.
Face with tears of joy.
And in the chat then, Rob saying, get a toe, Tom. Need a toe, Tom, always. So Bailey, Smith's closed in a little bit, but Bailey did have that penalty, remember? And Bailey's tyres starting to go away. Still got another lap in that car. And that'll be his final lap. We're getting about 5 laps out of the tank of these Group 3 cars. So Bailey going around again. And Smith going faster than he's gone before on a set of mediums, of 4:02.704 for Smith. And that's got to be soul destroying to Fitzy, who's dropped back more now because his tyres are starting to go away from him. And he's gonna be slipping back to Stormfly, but Stormfly unable to get any pace down on those hard tyres. Unforgiven, 4:03s, 3 seconds a lap faster than Stormfly, but he's getting to the end of his stint, and you've got to imagine Stormfly is going to put a set of softs on. Ooh, massive squirrel through, was it Porsche curve? So Stormfly really can't wait to get this stint over and done with, get rid of these hard tyres. No grip whatsoever, no pace for the McLaren, and Unforgiven's dropped back a little bit as well.
I love the Toyota cuss it's got.
Toten starting to come back at Unforgiven, with Unforgiven's tyres going away from him. He's still got to do another lap on them. I mean, it's essentially, unless they're going to do another lap, another pit stop at the end of this race, they must get to the end of lap 35 before they make their pit stop. And so yeah, he's got to go round again with a set of very shady tyres. And Toten on his hards, they're pristine. They're almost perfect. He's closing in, and look how beautiful Le Mans looks as the sun goes down and the lights come on, ladies and gentlemen. What a sight. And Vodgrov saying, I love the Toyota because it's got the position lights on the side. Yeah, it is nice. Porsche has that as well, doesn't it? There's a couple that have those if you're in the top 3. It has the 1 and 2 lights or 3 lights. And at the moment, Bailey showing off his 1 light. I think it just saw a green flash go by. He's too fast. He's too fast. And Smith in second place. 11 seconds, pulling even further away from Fitzy. Fitzy's tyres have given up the ghost, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily for him, Stormfly's behind him on a hard set of tyres. They're all just trying to get to the end of this lap, and Unforgiven's battle trying to catch up with Stormfly is over because of those tyres, and now he has to worry about Toten. Luckily, Unforgiven has used his hard tyres. Toten's used hard tyres, so none of them have to go to the hard tyres. But I think Bailey and Smith both have to go to the hard tyre. Now, has Smith done enough to get a distance ahead of Fitzy for the last 5 laps to be able to have a nice cruise on those hard tyres to second place? That is the question. Does Stormfly have more in plan to do? But I just can't see what he can implement this late in the race. So we're on lap 35. This is when we're expecting the pit stops to happen, the final pit stops of the race. And Bailey leads by 19 seconds. Smith in second, pulling away from Fitzy. Fitzy got as close as 8.5 seconds in, and then the tyres died, and he has lost about 4 seconds in the last lap to Smith. With Stormfly, he's just not getting any pace on those hard tyres, doing 406s. He'll be happy to come in, put a set of softs on. I think everyone's going to go for softs at the end here, aren't they? But the softs are, they lose pace. Look at that, 409 from Unforgiven last time around. And Toten is very much closing in and getting a tow, which he'll be very happy about with his fuel flashing. But the Ferrari coming back at the BMW, these two have been racing since lap 23, ladies and gents, and it's been beautiful. Bailey into the pits then, but we think they're all gonna pit. There's no one who's not. Maybe Method might not. Method's still got a bit left on board, but he's got a long way to go. There goes Agent Smith into the pits. Fitzy will be into the pits next. Now, Bailey and Smith, we think, will be onto the hard tyres, or I think. There's no we. I'm here all on my own trying to make these decisions. And but Bailey has definitely not used the hard tyre. Smith, I'm unsure about. I don't think he has. Fitzy definitely has used all the compounds. Now Stormfly has with these hard tyres. He's coming into the pits next. And then Unforgiven, who has used all 3 compounds. And I believe Toten has now as well. Toten is all up in Unforgiven's business here. And Unforgiven just trying to get to the pit stops and survive this onslaught. And the medium tyres has got to be the choice tyre, hasn't it? Really, the most comfortable tyre. The softs give you a lot of pace for the first 3 laps, but those last 2 laps are absolutely excruciatingly painful for grip. As here they come in together, joints. Nifty in the chat saying, evening thingy, evening all, sipping a cold one, enjoying the show. Oh, hello, Nifty. I hope everything is good with you. I saw your Discord message. I was a little concerned, but hope everything's good. So Bailey, 18 seconds a lead on the Smith, and yes, they have both gone to the hard tyre. Fitzy out on softs. He has a mission, ladies and gentlemen. He has a absolute challenge. He has an Everest to climb. Can he do it? A set of soft tyres. We saw that Stormfly was struggling to get out of 406s with those hard tyres. Bailey's on the hards. Smith's on the hards. If he's doing 406s and Fitzy can do 402s, it won't be long until Fitzy rocks up to the back of Bailey and wants that second place back. Stormfly is out. Oh no, Stormfly cannot get a break in this race. 3-second penalty, which is what Unforgiven will love. Unforgiven Unforgiven's gone for soft tyres. Stormfly's gone for the medium tyres. Stormfly's got a huge penalty. It's going to cost him 3.5 seconds. Well, definitely 3 seconds, but 3.5, 4 seconds in reality. And Unforgiven is close by, as is Toten, who's gone for the medium tyres as well. He's gone for the longer stint. He's thinking of the whole 5 laps and not that first 3 laps where the soft tyre is at its premium. So Bailey, I mean, I don't think there's anything that's going to cause Bailey an issue here. Osman into the pits, and Method will pit in the next time around, and Osman in then for a, I don't know what he's used. I don't think he's used hards, but I can't be 100% sure. Method definitely has. Eric of Canada, I've seen all 3 compounds on his car. So Bailey leads, so does Smith in second, and the big fight really is Fitzy and Smith here. And if Stormfly can stay ahead of Unforgiven, and if Unforgiven can get those tyres all the way to lap 40, Toten just needs to cling on to the back of Unforgiven and wait for his tyres to go away, and Toten could get a position. This is very tight, ladies and gentlemen. From second and third could be in trouble with each other if Fitzy can really go for gold, and Stormfly might be in trouble from Unforgiven, who could be in trouble from Toten. So crazy stuff after 2 hours and 30 minutes, and the racing is still rather tight. Osman out of it. He is a ways back from Method. Method might be able to make his stop and get back out ahead of Osman, and it has been a slog for Osman tonight here at Le Mans. We know he is a top 3 driver, so this one has been an anomaly. We heard there might be too much cheer during the day, possibly. And Dirkview saying evening, Nifty saying all good now, thank you, good stuff, good, I'm pleased. And Dirk saying, don't think I've seen Aussie without a penalty. I know, it's been a hard one for him this evening. So Bailey leads 17 seconds. I tell you what, Smith's going for it. They're both on hard tyres, but Smith is closing in on the Bailey. I don't think he can make 17 seconds up in 4 laps, but it's down to him to prove me wrong. Fitzy, I mean, Smith can't hang around, can he? With Fitzy on a set of softs, chasing him down in his Supra, then yeah, Smith cannot hang around. He cannot delay. He's got to push on. I think Bailey, he's got time to take it easy. He can enjoy the scenery, enjoy the lights, see the Ferris wheel going around. You know, he can enjoy these things. He's got the time. I don't think Smith has. With Fitzy heading his way on a set of softs. Stormfly, he's paid the penalty. 6.3 seconds ahead of a racing soft-cladded Unforgiven, who's being pushed along by a Ferrari of Toten. This could be an absolute crazy race going on here with Stormfly. He's on the medium tyres, and there's the other 2 just behind, only a corner or 2 behind. It's down to 4 seconds now, 4.5 seconds. Unforgiven really pushing on. He can taste that 4th place. He can nearly feel it. He's even imagining the prize money for 4th place. And Stormfly, it's been a long, hard race. Method coming in for his final stop, and I think he'll be out ahead of Osman. I think Osman's had enough penalties here to give Method the position. Beautiful stuff. Bailey leads 16 seconds. Smith really is gunning for him. Smith is not messing around, but I don't think he can afford to, because Fitzy's pulled 2 seconds out on Smith. This is racing, ladies and gents. Stormfly, 37 seconds adrift of Fitzy, but he's only 3 seconds ahead of Unforgiven. Unforgiven is absolutely gunning it now. He can smell blood, and it's Stormflies. It's all the way from the Netherlands. Unforgiven hunting him down. Toten trying to stay within Unforgiven because he knows Unforgiven's tyres will be gone in the final 2 laps. So Toten just playing the numbers, just has to stay with Unforgiven and will have an opportunity to get by him by the end. Although did he get by him before the pit stops? I don't think he did, you know. I think Unforgiven managed to keep Toten behind. Or did he? I can't remember. God damn you, brain. Be better. 16 seconds, Smith. Absolutely a rush and a push. Still 10 seconds between himself and Fitzy. Fitzy has to drive like he's got flames on his buttocks, because that's what it's going to take to try and catch Smith up today. Smith has had a blinding race, though. It has to be said. Bailey, the win, yes, and an amazing win it is. And he did a great job doing it. He dropped down to 4th place at the beginning, so he's had to get past, and he's had to deal with Fitzy's wacky and wild strategy, which wasn't that bad in the end. It's placed him in 3rd place, although Stormfly seemed to lose pace on the hards, and his first set of mediums he seemed to be inconsistent with, and I don't know if he was fuel saving. I think the McLaren has got a smaller fuel tank, has it not? I've heard people moan about the fuel tank on the McLaren before. So Unforgiven then 8/10 ahead of Toten. Has he lost time to Stormfly? He has. Who, Unforgiven, may have made a small mistake somewhere around and has handed the toe back to Toten. Toten's got a toe. A Method did come out way ahead of Osman. Osman's race has just gone terribly. 5:01 for him last time around. He's gone for hard tyres. Oh, is he recently? No, he's not recently pitted. We pitted, yeah, I suppose. And he's picked up another penalty. So he wouldn't be right if he didn't have a penalty. Eric of Canada bringing that Lambo home. Only 3 more laps for him. He's picked up a penalty, though, after his last stint in the pits. And Bailey then on lap 38 of 40. 16.6 seconds ahead of Smith. Smith maintaining that 10 seconds. Fitzy can't close in. Fitzy can't find the pace, ladies and gentlemen. It's only a 4:04 on softs. That is shocking.
Sounding great.
And Vodkrov saying clocks go forward tonight, don't they? Yes, they do, my friend. I might take an extra hour even though we get one less. Why not? And Nifty says, how good does this look at night? Sounding great too. Oh, bless you. Yeah, Le Mans does look pretty at night, I have to say. Le Mans and Daytona, both tracks, they've really done well with the lighting and stuff in game. I mean, in real life as well, I imagine it's a ball. But, yeah, in the game, they've done a beautiful job of it. Smith picked up a penalty, but Fitzy's he's just, I think the cold, the evening has cooled the track down, and those soft tyres are just not getting the pace that we saw during the day. 4:05 for Bailey on the hard tyres, a 4:05 from Smith. We were seeing Stormfly getting 4:06s, so the McLaren certainly not working as well with the hard tyre as the Toyota. Fitzy 4:04. It's a real surprise with those soft tyres. And Stormfly 3.2 seconds ahead of Unforgiven, but Unforgiven's tyres they're not starting to go, but they're being used. They're being used, ladies. Oh, Toten's got a 1 second penalty. Oh, that last minute battle he's trying to get going with Unforgiven may have been squashed by the penalty system. Method doing a fantastic job in 7th place ahead of Osman, who again has got a penalty as always. Eric of Canada has got himself 3.5 seconds. He's picked up even more penalties as he makes his way around. Bailey then putting a lap on the Lamborghini as he makes his way. We hit the 2 hours we're on 2 hours 39 minutes, just coming up to 2 hours and 40 minutes in this race, and only 2 more laps. So yeah, Derg was right. He reckoned it was going to be about 2 hours and 50 minutes, 40 laps of Le Mans. And there goes Bailey past the Lambo, and we are well on our way. Vodkarov saying, a mate of mine went to Le Mans last year. He managed to blag his way into the grandstand without a ticket. There you go. And Dirk saying, Eric Cantona now, he was a legend. He was brilliant at Kung Fu. I loved his kicking action. He was brilliant. Best thing he did was kick that lad in the audience. Yeah, I like Eric Cantona. He was a character. He was a character. So Smith then, 10 seconds. Fitzy couldn't do it. Fitzy could not do it. And nor could Unforgiven. 3 seconds behind Stormfly. Stormfly picking up a penalty, though. That's about a net second. And Toten, we saw he picked up a penalty just as he closes up to Unforgiven, because Unforgiven's tyres, they're looking okay, but he must be feeling it as Toten comes through, but he's still got to pay a penalty. And this is what Unforgiven could do without, really. He's really trying to concentrate on closing in on Stormfly for that 4th place, and Toten does get by and ahead of Unforgiven. Now Stormfly's got a penalty, Toten's got a penalty, Unforgiven doesn't have a penalty. This is closing in for a bit of a grand finale finish between 4th, 5th and 6th place. We thought 3rd place was going to close in on Agent Smith, but it just did not happen. And in the chat, Dirk said, lol, he didn't get a kick for no reason. Oh no, he was a horrible little crap. And Eric Cantona should have kicked him harder. I wasn't trying to say it was a bad thing to Eric Cantona. I thought it was great. I thought it was great because then all the pundits and everyone was trying to say, oh, it's terrible, you can't have footballers kicking fans. And then it came out what this fan was like, and suddenly the story changed and went, oh, well, you know, if they're racist, right-wing, absolute mentalists, then yeah, they can be kicked. It was funny at the time. Oh no, I'm not slagging Eric Cantona. He did exactly the right thing. Vodkarov saying quite a good actor as well. Yeah, I love his adverts for British Rail. Bloomfield saying, damn, what a long race. I know, you've got to be into your endurance to stick this one out. Dergu saying short race for Phaser. And Bloomfield saying haha. So then, Bailey leads, ladies and gentlemen, 16.2 seconds. Smith has been chipping away, but not enough. Not enough. It was never going to happen, was there? Fitzy, that was the main concern for Smith, but he got it within 10 seconds of him, but that's it. The tyres now, I don't think they're giving him anything. He's doing 404s with Smith doing 405s on those hard tyres. He just can't find the pace. 405s for Stormfly. He's paid his penalty. Oh, has he picked another one up? He's picked another one up, ladies and gentlemen. He's only 2.5 seconds ahead of Unforgiven. Toten's paid his 1 second penalty. He's back behind Unforgiven, but Stormfly is in a dangerous position. It's tricky. It's tricky to get around, It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. So Unforgiven then closing in on Stormfly. Stormfly having to pay a penalty, half a second. He's just got to hope that Unforgiven gets hit with something similar. And Toten also wanting Unforgiven's tyres to go kapooey. Method absolutely standing strong in 7th place. It doesn't look like that's set to change for him. Osman looks set for 8th place. He's had an absolute nightmare of a race. 9th for Eric of Canada, who he's got a 4:08.8 out of that Lamborghini. So very, very good work. He's getting there. He's got to use this as a practice session to get on pace with these loons. Bailey leads, Smith in 2nd, Fitzy can't close the gap. Stormfly with the penalty, only 2.2 seconds ahead of Unforgiven, but Toten has closed in again within a second of Unforgiven. And there's only 2 laps left. And these 3 loons are going to be all over each other come the race line. Stormfly cannot get away from Unforgiven. Can Unforgiven's tyres handle it? And Bloomfield laughing at the short race for Phaser. Dergview saying, fair play to Fitzy. I was certain Storm was going to beat him because of that strategy. Yeah, me too, man. And Bloomfield saying, close race for fourth. It is. It is. And Stormfly is in trouble with that penalty looming. But Unforgiven, we were gathering Unforgiven's tyres are starting to look that way. And Toten, that's how it happened before the pit stops. Toten was all over the back of Unforgiven. The soft tyres can't make the stint. And Stormfly with the penalty, he's paid the penalty, and here comes Unforgiven then, because it's not just half a second penalty, it's on a straight, so it hurts you all the way down the straight. He's within a toe now, is Unforgiven, and Toten getting a toe off of Unforgiven. Stormfly is in trouble for fourth place. He was looking like he was he looked at one point like the wind was on. At the beginning of the race, he led the race and was looking unstoppable. But as the race went on and the different tyres came out, the McLaren seemed to struggle on the mediums and the hard tyre. And now Unforgiven on an old set of soft tyres. So how far can he go after this lap? And Toten is still in the toe of Unforgiven, but dropped back. And Stormfly is in trouble now. Stormfly has the BMW all up and in his rear derriere. And they go into the final lap. It's coming down to this, ladies and gentlemen. One more lap. And I hope none of them have been eating mum's spaghetti. Unforgiven in fifth, Toten in sixth. It is so tight. Bailey leads 18 seconds ahead of Smith. Oh, he's pulled more time out. Smith 10 seconds ahead of Fitzy. It looks like that is it for the top three. Stormfly in fourth, 6 tenths ahead of Unforgiven, who is only 4 tenths ahead of Toten. Crazy stuff. We're on board with Toten at the moment. And Toten then 2 tenths behind Unforgiven. And you can see just ahead of Unforgiven the McLaren of Stormfly. And Unforgiven's tyres will be absolutely wrecked at the moment. And he'll be puckering up. And he's not as close. He's not as close to Stormfly as I thought he'd be. And it looks like Toten's going for it. They're both going into the corner. And Toten got in there. I think Unforgiven was struggling with the white lines and stopping the car. And Toten now is ahead of Unforgiven. Unforgiven down sixth. Fourth place was on. 1.6 seconds ahead of Toten now. And I think Stormfly might be safe, and I think Unforgiven's tyres just didn't quite get it, but he's getting the toe back with the Ferrari, trying to get up ahead. And it's Unforgiven again, back in fifth. These two aren't going to give up till the checkered flag waves. And Toten then behind Unforgiven. And Unforgiven fights his way back ahead. And Stormfly, this is great news for Stormfly. It was looking very ropey for him, but this has played way into his hands now. Where is Bailey on that track? He is not there yet. Yes. So Unforgiven really is struggling, but he's ahead anyway of Toten just by sheer audacity. He's managed to stay ahead. Stormfly's picked up another penalty. That's got to be it for Stormfly. That's got to be his fourth place done. He's going to get a 1 second penalty when he hits the line. And he's going to be demoted down to sixth place no matter what. Unless there's a penalty line beforehand, and he can pay that penalty before they get to the finish line. And Toten and Unforgiven at it again, side by side, as we've seen them many times in this race. And it's Unforgiven ahead of Toten. Bailey crosses the line for the win. Well done, Bailey. Super job as Osman crosses as well. Smith comes up towards the line to take a grand second place. What a drive from 10th up to second. Fantastic stuff from the Smith. Brilliant. Lovely. Fitzy gets that third with the extra pit stop. Does a beautiful job. Stormfly, Unforgiven and Toten. Oh, Stormfly has paid the penalty. And he's got Unforgiven right there. Fitzy crosses the line for a fine podium. Take a boo, my son. And Stormfly has to fight off both Unforgiven and Toten at the end of this race, and he has done a magnificent job keeping them behind him with 2 penalties, and Unforgiven's tyres absolutely sloppy, and he's kept Toten behind him, the Ferrari. What an absolute climatic ending as Stormfly tries to bring it around, and he's pulled out a gap on Unforgiven. Unforgiven in danger now with no grip in some grippy needed corners, but he's held on to that 5th from Toten, and here comes Stormfly for grabbing 4th place. He slows right down. Did he run out of fuel? Oh, Stormfly run out of fuel. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. He still ended on. Toten run out of fuel. It was tight margins right near the end there, and Method is still on the run for 7th. Osman finished in 8th, and Eric of Canada finished in 9th. And oh, poor Stormfly and Toten. No fuel come the end of the race, and Unforgiven comes through and grabs that 4th place. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. God. Oh my. That was cracking. And Dergview saying storm fuel, so he called it earlier, and Nifty saying, oh my word. Derg saying, I messaged that before he ran out, called it. I said you called it. I didn't try and claim anything other. So you couldn't have typed it that fast. You could not have typed it that fast, so well done. And Method finishes in 7th. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going to have to wait until June for the next couple. I am so sorry. It should be a weekly event. They'll have to cancel their Saturday league and go straight into just doing this. So let me quickly grab this just in case people close rooms. Let's have a look then. Bailey takes the win for the 2nd race in a row, with Smith in 2nd. I think he's 2nd in the championship as well. Looking good for Smith, with Fitzy finishing in 3rd. A radical strategy that paid off for a podium. Well done. Unforgiven grabbing 4th off of Stormfly in the end there, that ran out of fuel on the line after doing such a gallant job keeping him at bay. And Toten coming home in 6th. Method in 7th, having that all race battle with Osman in the end, winning out for 7th place, with Osman coming home in 8th, and Eric of Canada coming home 9th. And Wayne G, unfortunately, he got an hour and 45 minutes into the race, and I don't know if the internet chucked him or he decided to go. We saw he had a 3-second penalty from his pit stop, and I don't know if that was just too much for him to deal with. So well done to all of those that took part, and for the 2 hours and 49 minutes, Dergview said 2 hours 50 minutes as well, so he's calling it all right. Derg, Nifty saying, sitting in a sim rig for 3 hours, I think I need a visit to A&E. I don't know how these guys do it. I honestly don't. Well, guys, that's round 2 of League One's Ultimate Endurance Super Sunday League or whatever. I can't remember. The host's even given up. He wants to go to bed. Thank you for joining us here at Thingamajig Racing Channel. That was amazing. I really enjoyed it. It's a long stream. Thank you for joining me and sticking with it. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.